Hey, 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 hey. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wednesday. It is your favorite people here on Wednesday. Merv is kind of peeking in through the corner. Who's that peeping in my window?
Nobody.
And y'all, we just want to start this show off with a big announcement. This is something that we've been wanting to tell you guys for so long. Never really had the opportunity to do it. So we're going to start the show off with a bang. We would like to let everybody know, for those of y'all that have been with us for a very long time, know that this is almost have never happened, but Mark signed on at 7:58 today, y'all.
Oh my God.
Let's give a hand for Mark for being on time.
That nigga came before.
Y'all got.
Listen, that is a once in a lifetime moment, everybody. If you got a drink in your hand, please shots for Mark being on time tonight. Mark, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence on time tonight. On time tonight. I mean, it has been a day, y'all. It's hump day.
It's been a good day though.
It has
been a really good day. Like
that was lit all day today.
I was like, man, I feel bad for the people, y'all mean, for that don't have, good days, man. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Hopefully we can pick you up with this show. But I had a really good day. It's just been a great day.
Your Wednesday is going good?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen, all the young boys is going to be their last time together because they all off to college and trade school after this year, right? But
Okay.
yeah, I'm saying my brother-in-law got them all tickets to Powerhouse. That's the big concert in Philly. So they all gonna be there. They got backstage passes and everything, so they get to meet everybody. I was like, yo, man, just live stream that joint on the gram and take a picture with all the female artists, man. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all part, man. You know what I mean? And holla at them if you can. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Stacks. He's in the comments
saying
that
love.
You definitely had to be held at gunpoint to be on time tonight.
Yeah, man. It's that, man. Listen, the only thing I'm saying that I don't like though, I gotta take these guys to the mall. You know what I mean? For real, Friday morning. You know what I'm saying? So they could get their outfits together. I'm like, y'all should have had that shit already. But they got money. You know what I mean? For real. So they gonna do their thing and get fly, get fresh, and do all that. So I'm happy for them. I think Friday night is gonna be, it's gonna be good for them. So, I'm with it.
Merv, what up, Mr. October's very own?
What's
up, October's very own?
And you know it. Let me tell you, in the next 2 years, I plan on having a fucking Merv birthday bash for the whole fucking weekend, like party with motherfuckers come party with me.
I believe it.
I believe it.
Believe you. Me and Mr. Green to be there acting a fool.
I'm telling you.
October's very own.
Yo, man, listen. Yeah, I mean, you give me a heads up, I might have to slide down there. Yeah, I mean, you give me a heads up, I might have to slide down there for that.
The peoples on Facebook are sick of Merv, okay? Prepared to be sick of me.
Yeah.
Prepared to be sick of Merv. We got 5 more days of Merv shenanigans, y'all, and then we are back to our regularly scheduling Facebook.
Exactly.
So every year we have to endure it. It's all right. It's almost over. For those of y'all that follow Merv on Facebook, it is okay. 5 more days, you can do it. You can do it. We believe in you.
Yo, there's a couple people
straight every day.
There's a couple people that damn have decided to stay off Facebook until November.
Sean, sick of you for years, not just October.
Yo.
What's up, Sean J? What's up?
Yeah, of course it's him. Of course it's Sean saying
Of course, it would be him.
Yeah.
My Wednesday is all right. I'm kind of settled in my office now. We just moved on Monday. Moving is ghetto. Moving is so ghetto. You don't realize, you know how much stuff you have because you have it. But when you have to move it, it's like packing is doing the same job twice. Moving is like, because you packing everything into the boxes, then you got to move it and then unpack everything else. it's just a lot of work. But we are in the new space and trying to get it all together. But yeah, man, moving is just, you gotta respect the movers. Anybody that's moved recently or will be moving recently, anybody listening that has a moving company or has moved a cousin into the house or something, much respect to you. Because moving is not easy. It is a lot. It is tiring. It's expensive. So shout out to all the movers out there. Yeah, kudos to y'all because it's not easy to do at all.
Ain't
So
for the
we're gonna
week. Ain't for the week.
we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and jump in this shit. Yo, Stacks, go ahead and at everyone in this motherfucker. Yo, we
Still in here stats.
listen. We definitely gotta we're gonna do our normal shit. We're gonna talk about the different posts and shit from different Facebook groups. But the main, it's trending. Motherfucker, I know motherfuckers tired of talking about it. But
Tired.
it's trending.
But they
It's
not.
trending.
Tired.
And what the fuck we talk about? We talk about trending shit. So we're gonna talk about that nigga Yeezus, Ye, Kanye, whatever the fuck you call him. That's gonna be the last shit we talk about. We're gonna go through a little fun topics. And then we're gonna jump in that shit, yo.
Yeah, because Kanye has got everybody in a frenzy.
All right, so
2 weeks.
yeah, so that we're gonna save that for later. We're gonna start that shit right after 9. But right now we're gonna jump in some shit.
Yeah.
So
let's talk our stuff.
yeah, let's talk about something. Everybody, Mark tagged me in this shit. Right? Mark said, who in the Best Man movie? In the Best Man movie, who is actually the villain? Is it Mia? Is it Lance? Or is it Harper? So if you don't know the Best Man movie, Lance and Mia was college sweethearts. Lance and Harper was college best friends. Lance used to step out on Mia. Mia got tired of it. So Mia fucked Harper. Harper fucked Mia, however you want to say it.
Right.
All right. Lance found out about Harper and Mia fucking. And even though he fucked a bunch of women, yo, he's about to flip and he's about to kill Harper, throw him over the goddamn edge. And this question is right here says, in the Best Man love triangle, who really was the fucking villain? Y'all got any opinions on that shit?
Mia
Harper.
Mia was the villain?
Harper.
Harper was the villain?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mia.
That's your man.
Y'all know what? Listen, I'm gonna be the tiebreaker, but I want y'all to Mark, you go first because Becca eating. You got Harper being the villain?
That is your man's. That not only did he do it, the nigga wrote a book about it. I mean, man, if that ain't scumbag level 1000, I don't know what is. I'm like, yo, like the balls on this guy. You know what I mean? To be like, yo, you my homie, you really one of my best friends. I done nailed your wife to the cross and I wrote about it. I mean, man, I don't know how much. Yo, listen, that is scumbag material all day.
Yeah, that is absolutely city boy behavior.
Yo, listen, even if chick came at him, you know what I mean, he could have been like, nah, shorty, like, I'm not going there with you. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm just not doing that. Like, and then could have told his mans about it. Like, yo, you know your chick try to push up on me. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? For like, nah, he out of pocket. He should have threw him over the balcony. You know what I mean? That would have been justified.
Nah, I gotta agree with Lady in the comments. Mia planned the whole thing. She planned the whole thing. That was her. Now, yes, Harper could have said no, of course. But come on now. Shorty was being tired of being cheated on, so she figured she was going to cheat back. It ain't really work out for her.
Nah, but she ain't cheat back. She did more than cheat back. Like, she planned it with who? Who, Becca?
The best friend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like
you don't
this,
get a nigga back like that.
Yo, I mean seriously, when the cheat back shit happens, the women always have the big advantage. They always do. Every time you're in a cheat back situation, it's way worse than what the boy did. It is. It usually is. Every time I hear these situations, the chick was worse.
Yeah, nah, and yes, being frustrated with the way that Lance was treating her is a very real feeling. But her wanting to step out with Harper is what started all of that mess. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's her. Planning that out, that's evil. That's that's evil as hell. Planning out to sleep with your man's best friend, like come on. Best man, like nah, come on. Trifling. That's trifling as hell.
Exactly.
She got that man in the face. Like, come on now. She must have had that.
You know what I mean? For real. Tell us what you think. We've been waiting for this for a couple days now. Come on, man.
Hey, man. Listen. I think they equal goddamn villains, man. I think equal goddamn villains. But I tell you this. Harper fucked up the bruh code. Harper fucked up the nigga code, yo. You don't fuck. Listen. And y'all know I love pussy.
Yikes.
But you don't fuck your man's pussy. You just don't do that shit. Nah. I don't give a listen. I don't give a fuck how many bitches, how many women, how much pussy my nigga had got on this girl, how bad she done made the girl, how bad he done made the girl feel. Like she could have listen, and y'all might have been cool. Hold on, from my understanding, he introduced Harper to him, right? Harper introduced Mia to Lance, right?
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah. So he might have felt a little guilty. All right. But they was best friends. Now, I understand you talking to her and she coming to you crying. I get that. But them tears cannot turn into ass.
I don't even get her going to him crying. That's the wrong person to go to.
Well, no, they was friends before, and he hooked her up. So
that's still your man's best friend. Even though y'all been friends for a few years, that is one person you do not go to. Is your man's best friend. You don't do that. That's something you absolutely don't do. I mean, crazy thing is Lance should have been cheating to begin with, but that's the whole other story.
I like, man, that's a phone conversation. Yeah. Number one. Number two, I mean, like, look, I don't even care if me and chick cool. If you coming over my crib late and you my man, girl, I'm sending you back home. Like, look, we ain't staying at the crib. Like, yo, we can go grab something to eat or something, but it's gonna be in a public place if I'm hanging out with you. Like, I'm just not. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're not being in no same goddamn room. What you come to my goddamn room for?
Exactly.
what the fuck you come to my goddamn room for?
Right.
Now, so yeah, I have to talk about. I'm about to give him a top. I have to talk about it. It's goddamn Harper, yo. Because listen, it is like you got the G code.
Mia wrong for going to him and offering up her goods to his best friend? You okay with that? As long as the best friend say no. Your girl goes to your best friend and says, "Let's do it." You're gonna get mad at your best friend for saying yes and not your girl for going to him?
Well, let me tell you. I'm gonna say this. I don't even leave room for error with my friends when it comes to that. I have told all my niggas, if I'm fucking with a girl and she come to you and try to throw you some pussy,
take it.
Fuck. I've told all my friends that. I'm dealing with a girl and she come and try to give you some pussy.
I can understand that.
Don't even have that fucking internal conflict in your head. Fuck. But you gotta tell me as soon as you nut.
I mean, that's a little detailed. Well, at 10:49, man, it came out.
You gotta tell me because here's the thing. If she's going to do that, I'd rather know, one. Yeah. And two, if she's doing that with a homeboy, ain't no telling how many random niggas she's doing that shit with. And she ain't for me any goddamn way. And then me and my homeboy, we just gonna be like, yo, we gonna make her look stupid. So I don't believe
she's not a girl no more. Y'all all gonna play with her.
Right. So if my girl go to my homeboy, yeah, I'll be more disappointed in my homeboy.
So you believe bros over hoes?
Yeah, what you mean?
Yeah.
Well, what I mean, okay, so I say that because you would figure that Harper broke the bro code, right? Yes, you're not supposed to be messing with your man's lady. Like, come on. But the girl just don't get I mean, at that point, she's not gonna be your girl no more. So she's already just like a plaything. But you're not gonna address the fact that she went to your man.
But no, my addressing the fact is the result from that shit. It's not we're not gonna be together no more. So ain't nothing to address.
Okay, so you're not even gonna address her because you don't care. She's a nobody no more. But you're gonna step to your man because that's your man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, you just cut her off. I mean, but him throwing him over the balcony, I mean, that's okay in my book. You know what I mean? That's all right. Like, sorry. You know what I mean? You know, hey, man.
Okay. All right, ladies.
Yeah.
Don't do the best friend. Maybe the cousin. Somebody else. Not the best friend. Merv on mine.
Man.
Damn.
I'll tell you one thing, shit. It was one of my cousins. Yeah, I mean, they gonna hit me already. Like, yo, your bitch over here trying to give me some pussy, dog. You know what I mean? For like, yo, like, and it's late. You know what I mean? Give me a quick answer. You know what I mean? Or what I need to do here. You know what I'm saying? You know.
You see that? No. Sean said, yeah, she's a bird. You have to address the homie.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nigga code. Now, you know what? But I think women think differently. I don't think y'all don't really have a woman code like that.
No. Girl code?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I don't think y'all girl code is as strong as that shit. I think it's a little bit more acceptable amongst females if the role was reversed and those are two women and one of the female best friends went and have sex with the boyfriend. I think it'll be viewed differently.
I don't think so. I know a lot of women are very possessive. They're possessive over men that they don't even like them. Like, I like him, you can't like him. He don't even know you, shorty. But that's me. I still, you know what I'm saying? So women are really possessive over their men. And especially if there's a jealousy and a competition amongst some women when it comes to a guy, which is the reason why I'm thankful that like me and my friends don't even have the same taste in men. We may think the same man is attractive, but I've never had this issue where I had to wonder if my friend was with my man or if my man liked me or my friend or both of us. So there is a certain situation where there is a code, but there are situations where women have that same attitude that you do, Merv, unless he's my actual man, like just my man for real, and he's just a smash and dash. Nah, I don't care. Because I'm noticing as I get older, there's a lot of women that are starting to have that mentality. There's a lot more women that are more fluid. There's a lot more women that don't want to be in relationships. There's a lot more women that really be out here doing men how men been doing women. And there's a lot of dudes out here getting their feelings hurt by these chicks because they could never think it won't be done to them. So you might be right. There might be some women out there like, hey, he's fair game. I just had him for today. You can have him for tomorrow. That's why I love tomorrows.
Facts.
Jack said most women are definitely addressing the woman and not her man.
Hey, the women of the day,
right?
My kind of women.
Right. So let me ask y'all this, y'all. I'm about to really ask y'all a tough ass question. All right. Becca, who's your best friend?
Raven. We've been friends for 30 years.
Mark, you got a best friend?
Yeah, my brother.
All right, cool. So Mark, I want to ask you hypothetically. Okay, I'm gonna need you to try to put yourself in this place. All right. I know the scumbag Mark. All right. I need you to transport the scumbag Mark for about 10 seconds until I get this motherfucking question out. Okay. So Mark, you have a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. A wife. I'll make this shit hard. You got a wife.
Yes.
Becca, you got a husband. You got an actual husband. All right. Your best friend is Raven. How long y'all been best friends?
30 years.
All right, Mark, your best friend is your brother, so your best friend basically all your goddamn life.
Mm-hmm.
Becca, Rob texts you at 9 o'clock. But you get 2 texts around 9 o'clock. 9 p.m. One from Raven, one from Rob. Both of them say, y'all happen to be out at a club. So you're not around them because you're not walking around. You get a text from both of them, 9 o'clock, and both of them say, yo, Rob is trying to get at me. Rob say, Raven's trying to get at me. What the fuck you do? Who you believe? Don't answer that yet. Mark, same fucking scenario. Your brother, your wife, 9 o'clock. Same scenario. You get a fucking text. Your brother say your wife trying to holler at me, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife say, yo, your brother's doing some grimy shit. He's trying to backdoor you. What the fuck you do? Who you believe? Which one of y'all motherfuckers want to answer the goddamn question first?
Oh, I got it. I got this. Shit. Look, I believe my brother. You know what I'm saying? I believe my brother, point blank, period. That's the most honest person I know. So, yeah. You know what I mean? His word going to trump that. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. You know, I'm going to believe him. Even if she tell me, yo, your bro, you trying to change the story, homie. You know what I mean? For it now, I don't believe it.
Easily? Like, you believe your brother like that? And you wouldn't even have to do a little bit of questioning to get some questions?
I'm gonna do a little bit of questioning, but my bro gonna break it down very, very clearly. Her story might be a little bit murky, where it sounds a little bit unbelievable because she's going to probably try to attack his character, and I know that ain't his character. So, yeah, I'm saying I think, he going to give it to me straight, no chaser, and she going to give it to me with fruit juice. So, hey, man, I'm going with my bro.
Okay. All right.
There's gonna be some questions asked, and there's gonna be a little bit of straightening. Okay, it's gonna have to be a little bit of
straightening.
It would be a very, very tough decision to make on who I'm believing, because my friend Raven of 30 years has not lied to me. My husband don't lie to me. Now, I don't know what I don't know, right? I don't know what I don't know. So
true.
So there you go, right? I don't know who I would address first because I'm ready to spray the whole room down. Like everybody's catching it. Like, I suggest everybody run for cover because I'm going crazy. I don't know who's gonna catch the bullets first. So I suggest everybody move, get out the way. I don't know who I'm gonna address first. I want to believe the both of them because one is my husband and then the other one is my best friend for 30 years who has, as of today, has never lied to me. That would be a tough decision for me to make. But I know I'm going to be spazzing. I'm going to be hurt. I'm going to be angry. I'm going yay. I'm going Kanye, DEFCON 3 on whomever. Okay.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I know is about Becca's story, somebody's going to get shot. That's all I know. Somebody's getting shot.
Rika said she need all the details. Like, I need this broken down because I would be confusion. I would be very confused. Sean said one of his OGs told him never tell women about your relationship issues because they are keeping score to make their move. my OG was a woman. You know, that's I can agree with that, because that's one thing that me and my best friend have never really discussed. And it wasn't like we had a discussion to say, let's not talk about this. It's just something that we never really did. We never went into great detail about the men that we dated. You know how I know men think that when women get together, some women do this. They talk about what they man do in the bedroom explicitly, like, girl, his tongue was head and it. Like, I don't do that. Me and my best friend don't do that. Me and my close friends don't even do that. I don't care. I don't want to know, because for me, I'm a visual person. So next time I see your man, I'm gonna see your man tongue in your ass. I don't want to see that. So please don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So there's certain conversations me and my friends don't have. I don't care and I don't want to know. But that is very true. Sometimes you give people too much of the sacred stuff. So stuff that you should keep to yourself. Relationship, friendship, even marriage. There's some things that are sacred that you really should not be telling anybody. And the way your man lick your ass, we don't need to know.
Okay.
Rooted to the tutor. Like, I don't even want to know that. I couldn't even imagine having that conversation with somebody. Like, no. Sean, I want to know who you believe in, Merv.
Yo, listen, it's two people that there's no need for you even goddamn text me about that shit, because it's immediately like, yeah, whatever, fuck you.
So who, your girl or your man?
What?
Is to who you saying that to, your girl or your man?
No. Well, can we? I don't. My homeboy. I don't like the way. But
whose man's is this?
No,
Whose man's
no,
is this?
I got this. No, I'm fucking with you.
Your homeboy.
Yeah, but nah, like Evans. So my homeboy Jay. I got two best friends, Jay and Fat. All right. So if any girl I'm dealing with talking about, yeah, Jay tried to holler at me, or Hyson tried to holler at me, yeah, okay, yeah, well, fuck you. What's your motive? what you trying to get right now? Huh? What you trying to do? I ain't gonna lie. Now, other people, all right, let me hear these details. You know what I'm saying? Other homeboys, let me hear these details. All right.
Yeah.
Those two right there. Yeah. Nah, you trying to start something? Fuck you.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, I don't even have to. I wouldn't even question it.
Yeah.
So now the bad thing is, like, these niggas have the ability to be able to do some shit and tell me, and I believe it. But I trust these motherfuckers with my life and shit. Like, I give these motherfuckers my ATM card. Yo, here's my PIN code.
Right.
Here's some money. Oh, I'm not going. I don't like going to the bank, nigga. Here's my ATM card. Here's my PIN. Go ATM, nigga. Get some money. I'm going back to sleep. Those two niggas I'm like that with.
Right.
So if it's those two, yo, she ain't got a fucking chance.
And when you get to that level, that takes years, double-digit years. You and your friendship would have had to be in the trenches together. There's history, and so to get to that point, and then whoever your spouse is, whoever you're dating, ain't been there that long, right? So you figure that my friend of 30 years and my husband of 3 years, if you was to put them on a scale, you know, there's the years in the difference in years alone would want you to say, okay, well, you're going to believe the person for 30 years and you would believe the person for 3 years. But then it's also who that person of 3 years is, my spouse. So to get to a 30-year friendship and to get to a spouse they both take a lot of work.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I got Harper as being a fucking villain. Because I bet you Lance would have never believed if Mia came to him like, yo, Harper tried to fuck me. Lance probably like, nah, you wouldn't do that shit. That's why Harper, between those three, I got Harper as the villain. Mia's just a conniving because she planned the whole shit. But the worst person in that triangle, gotta be fucking Harper.
Exactly.
Who's the villain between Mia, Harper, and Lance in the Best Man movie? Who's the real villain?
See?
Yeah, you already know. Fucking best friend girl.
All right, what we got next, Merv?
Hey, so I got a question.
Okay.
So, Okay. Speaking of, one boy Jay asked me to ask this question on the pod. All right. Mark.
Mm-hmm.
There's only two. This for the guys. Becca, I would ask you, but your situation is based on your situation. I don't feel right asking you. And when I ask Mark, you understand why I don't feel right asking you.
Okay.
But Mark,
last
2 people on Earth. You with me? It's only you and one other motherfucker on Earth. Everybody else is gone.
Right.
You with me now?
I'm with you.
All right. And the other person is your mama.
Goodness. Why?
Are you gonna fuck your mama to keep civilization going?
I'm dying right there. I'm jumping in the ocean and that's it. You know what I mean? Mom, you can do what you want, but I'm jumping in the ocean. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you know what I mean? Shoot. Yo, listen, even if that wasn't the question, can you stay on an island, you know what I mean, with your mom? Like, I couldn't even do 60 days straight. Just me and my mom and like no TV, no nothing. I'd already jumped in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? I love my mom and all. Damn.
I didn't say island. I didn't say island. I said it's on Earth. Y'all don't have to live together, but it's only 2 humans left. It's 2 humans left. And the only way for the human population to survive, nigga, you gotta fuck your mama.
No. I'm
Ain't
dying.
No civilization,
you know I mean? I'm gonna die out. She gonna die before me, but I'm gonna die out.
Look at Stack's comment. His mother will steal off on his ass.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Captain.
Dude, that means I get to stay in my crib. I check on moms. You cool? Everybody else dead, mom. So, all right. You know what I mean? Shit. Ain't nothing else to. Goodness. I ain't doing that shit. You know what I mean? The fuck? Like, fuck no.
Yikes.
If it was somebody else's mom, yeah, but you know what I mean? But not my mom.
Somebody else's mom.
If it was somebody else's mom, hell yeah. I keep that shit
for the woman that's looking, for the woman that's watching, is you and your daddy left.
Bro, that is disgusting.
Listen. It's the end of the world.
Nasty.
It's the end of the world.
It'll be the end of the world.
Yeah.
It'll be the end of the world.
Okay.
Fuck civilization. Shit.
Ain't no more Earth, Rika. Bye, Earth.
Rika say ain't no more Earth.
Ain't no more Earth. Civilization done. It'll be I Am Legend in this bitch, okay?
Man. Hey, put it like this. If it's nobody left in civilization, I mean, man, then you got to do what all the bulls in jail do. You know what I mean? Or you got to beat your meat like every fucking night or some shit. Like the fuck? Goodness, it's terrible.
All right, so everybody has heard of Game of Thrones and House of Dragon. The uncle and the niece is married. There's a brother and sister that was married.
Yeah.
I heard the last episode when the kids got eaten by a dragon.
Yeah, okay. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't watch the show, but
I was just wondering, if civilization had to rely on you and your parent to survive.
By Earth.
No more civilization ain't happening.
All right.
What we got next?
Let's go ahead and run through this shit real quick because I think Tina coming on at 9.
Yeah, that's what she said.
And I know that's gonna be about that. That's gonna be about that Yeezy shit. Yeah, I just thought this was funny. Reese said bad mood. I just thought this was funny. Speaking of the last two, only 2 people on Earth.
Nowhere in the Bible that Adam paid all Eve rent.
Right.
Nowhere in the Bible did it say that Adam paid all Eve's rent.
Man.
That Eve had the utilities. That's not in the Bible.
Look,
right.
Nowhere in the Bible did it say that Adam paid the rent, ladies. They was living in nature, so they ain't really had no rent.
So listen. So for the women that believe in the Bible, you know, if you believe in the Bible,
they lived in a hut, man. They lived in dirt.
Listen,
they lived in nature. There was no rent.
I'm just saying, if you follow the Bible and you believe in the Bible and you believe in Adam and Eve,
Adam did not.
Nowhere in the Bible did I read that Adam paid all Eve rent.
That's funny.
I'm just saying.
You gotta send that picture to me. That is funny. But he did give her his rib. Come on, Rika.
Hey.
Come on, Rika. Y'all ain't got to pay your rent. I gave you my rib. You my rib.
Listen, I'm just saying, y'all, if you believe in the Bible, then that means this asking niggas to pay your bills is anti-religious.
That is going against the scriptures. Yo, could you imagine? No, could you? Okay, so listen. All jokes aside, could you imagine Adam and Eve arguing about the rent, and Adam replied, "I ain't gotta pay your rent. I gave you my rib."
Yeah,
facts.
Exactly. Big fact. Especially with the nigga.
You wouldn't be here. You talk about Mac Daddy vibe. I gave you my rib. You are me,
exactly.
Girl. What Rock told Lou? I own you.
You nigga, I done bought and sold you 1,000 times.
And then your dumb ass ate that apple. I gave you my rib and you ate that apple. Don't listen anyway.
So
that is funny. Nowhere in the Bible did it say Adam paid all Eve rent. Yo, please send that picture to me, Merv. That is funny.
Yeah. Bulls be having the game fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Shit, spending all their bread. Like,
not Rika talking about Adam was slow. Now, we're not going to do Adam like that. We ain't going to do Adam like that.
Yeah. Cut it out. Yeah, you're right. That nigga was slow for giving goddamn.
He gave a rib, but yeah, he's slow. He's definitely slow.
Don't do that to him. All right,
what we got? Bounced.
You're single until you're married. Legally, yes. Blackly, no.
It's like, hey. Listen, I'm just wondering how many people believe this?
You're single until
how many people
married.
agree with this or believe it?
Yeah, like legally, that's correct.
Legally, that's correct.
Yes, because on any application, there's no engaged, there's no situationship, there's no
entanglement.
There's no entanglement option. There is single or married or widowed. There's no that's my boo. A check mark. You can't.
Right.
You for your insurance, you can check. It's complicated.
Right.
Single, or you're married, or you're widowed. Those are your
only
options.
Right.
Facts.
Or divorce. They do have that on a couple of shit. Single
or life partner. Maybe that might be the
that's
I think I seen that on I think when I went to see my doctor, I seen that on a forum. It said life partner.
Yeah, because
I don't know if that's just a hospitals or I don't know.
That's for health reasons, Mark.
Okay,
if you may have a life partner, they won't know who you fucking. You know what I'm saying? That's a discreet way of like, are you fucking the same sex? Because we need to know this.
Yeah.
So that's different. But a job application ain't too many life partners. It's single, married, it's single, married, and some divorce. But
or widow, depending on what type of application you have in. Mostly it's usually married. But depending on the different types of applications, you will have widow, divorce, life partner, whatever.
I want to know who believe that. I want to know who does anybody that's watching this, y'all believe that right there? And this is a video.
Until you're married.
You're single until you're married. And this is a video. I'll probably play the video next week and we talk about it. I ain't want to talk about it tonight because we got some other shit that's gonna be long-winded. But just briefly, do y'all believe that? Yay or nay?
No.
No. I mean,
no, because I don't believe it because it's just, when you single, you act single, you do single shit. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I don't believe it. I mean, technically, legally, yeah, you're single, but like in real life, for real, you ain't. Nah, you know what I'm saying? If that's your girl, you with your girl, you ain't fucking nobody else.
All right, so
unless you Lance or Harper.
Yo, okay, so
well, I was all right, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Okay, well, all right, cool. Look, y'all said so basically y'all saying y'all don't believe that. Y'all don't believe that you're single till you're married. You could either single or married. Y'all don't believe that, right? That was Mark. You said no.
Yeah,
you could be in a relationship and not be married.
Yeah.
So you could be not single and not be married, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yep.
Beck, you're saying the same thing. You could be not single and still not married. Don't give me no legal shit. I'm asking what you follow, what you believe, what you think.
No, because before Robert became my husband, that's my motherfucker. Okay. Okay, that's my fish in the sea. Stay away from my fish.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not single.
Gotcha.
See? All right.
But
me.
Hey, but listen, right? Same thing as this shit right here. Nowhere in the Bible did I read that Adam paid all the rent. Where in the goddamn Bible does it says that it only mentions your wife? Only mentions, it doesn't say something. It doesn't. So according to that as well, you're single till you're married. Legally, you're single till you're married. Religious wise, you're single till you're married.
Well, in the scriptures,
I'm just saying, if you follow the Bible,
in the scriptures, them having sex was their marriage. Like them having sex was when they became married. If you look at the scriptures, when Adam brought Sarah into the tent and they became married, that means they slept together. So that's when they became husband and wife. When they had sex together. So that's in the scriptures. That's how it is. They don't say, Abraham and asked Sarah to marry him, and a year later they had.
There was no engagement. Okay.
There was no engagement or entanglement, or
there was no engagement.
No, they didn't have an engagement dinner, invite all their friends for gifts. No, they didn't do it of that. They were betrothed, and then he took her in a tent and laid with her, and that's when she became his wife. So
say that again. Use that word again. No.
He laid with her.
No.
Betrothed?
So that B word.
Oh, betrothed.
There you go. So there is something. They did have a binding word back then. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't called marriage. It was called that. All right, cool. All right. So if you're not betrothed, you're single, right? Hey, Mark. Have you been betrothed yet, Mark? You been single all your goddamn life, nigga. You just didn't even know it. Fellas, if y'all haven't been betrothed or said I do, y'all been single all your goddamn life. So listen.
Betrothed.
Hey, fellas, it was a Jedi mind trick. All this goddamn time that she was throwing that guilt shit on you about why you were looking at that damn girl, why you goddamn talking to that damn. Listen, you should be like, hey, I don't see no ring on this finger.
I'm an independent man.
Jeez.
I'm an independent man. I don't need no woman.
I was gonna say.
Right. Yeah.
I'm an independent man.
Independent man. The fuck you talking about?
That's funny.
Hey, but for the ones that want to go down that road, let's see.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Which one is this? What's this? Oh, apologizing does not always mean you're wrong and the other person is right. It just means you value your relationship more than your ego. Apologizing does not always mean you're wrong and the other person is right. It just means you value your relationship more than your ego. If that's the case, women don't value their goddamn relationship with their fucking ego, because y'all motherfuckers don't apologize one fucking bit. All y'all do is get naked in the goddamn bed and smile at your goddamn nigga and expect all to be forgiven. Because y'all damn sure don't apologize.
Or cook. Or cook. You know, probably both.
Damn.
You know, that's the apology right there.
You hungry?
You know.
Did you eat?
So, but nah, do y'all apologize off the strength of just, you know what, to keep the peace? I ain't do nothing wrong. Like I know I ain't do nothing wrong. Like I stand on 10 toes down that I ain't do shit wrong, but I'm gonna apologize.
Yes, and that a lot of that happens in marriage. A lot of that happens in marriage because one thing that my mother told me was that marriage consists of a lot of apologizing and a lot of forgiving of the other person. And it's not because of wrongdoing. It's because you do value the relationship more than your ego. The goal is not to be right. The goal is to solve the problem. So a lot of the times you don't always have to boast about you being right. Sometimes you just want the problem solved so you can move on, especially if you're intent to be with this person forever. Y'all can't go back and forth and tally who's right, who's wrong. It's never going to work. And you guys will always be at each other's heads because somebody wants to be right. So that's something that I noticed that with my parents when they were alive. I've noticed that now. I know what I was looking at as an adult, but even after my dad has passed and my mom used to tells me things about their marriage, she said, one thing your father and me always did was we never made each other's lives harder. So she said, one thing that we made sure to do is to not make each other's life harder. And sometimes wanting to be right and having to win the argument, like going below the belt, or just having to say, I'm right, and you need to tell me I'm right, and that's the only way this conversation is going to end, that is not going to fix it. Because the problem didn't get fixed. You just got told you was right. But the problem still exists. So a lot of the times you have to just take a L because you love the person enough to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna let you have that. Or you value the relationship and say, this is on the bottom of scale. The scale of things that's gonna make this work is down here. So it ain't even that serious. You got it, babe. I'm sorry. Or you just be like,
Mark looking like you. Mark looking at you like shit. I don't think Mark followed that. I don't think Mark followed that philosophy.
You got to keep the peace, and
Mark,
you have to keep the peace.
Mark.
Man, if I ain't wrong though, goodness, it's gonna be hard for me to admit that. Like, it's one thing, if you say like, look, man, I'm just trying to keep it peaceful over here. That's not saying that you're wrong, but like, I apologize means like you wrong. Like, at least to me, like, I'm like, man, more power to all the married couples, man, that really, go through this and, they come out on the other side okay. I'm just, I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't wrong, I ain't wrong,
Well, not necessarily, Mark. You can be right in what you said. You can just apologize for the way you said it, which doesn't take away the fact that you are correct, but you might have just delivered it wrong. So you might have just said it the wrong way, because you have to, when you're in a relationship, even outside of marriage, because not everybody's goal is not to be married, but some people are in long-lasting relationships. Even, I'm not even talking about romantic, even friendships. If your goal is to keep, if your goal is to keep the peace, right? A lot of the times you have to, we take L's in a lot of relationships and we don't even realize it, with our friendships, with family, at work, with our lovers. We do it a lot of times and don't even realize it.
But that's a good point, Becca. So Mark, what if you meant what the fuck you said, but your delivery was goddamn have been better.
My delivery's been wrong for years. So, you know what I'm saying? This I already know, right? I'm just like, and Becca, when you said, like, when you're talking to anybody, right? I'm just like, my pop, the same thing you just said, my dad used to point that out to me, right? The first time I got arrested, right, was talking shit to a cop. I thought I was right in what I was saying, but he was like, yo, you called him a bitch ass nigga. I did. You know what I'm saying? He was wrong for rolling up on me the way he did. You know what I'm saying? He's like, don't you see like how you were wrong in that situation? Now I couldn't see it back then. Now I'm like, okay, maybe I could have talked to him a little bit more respectfully, but I ain't like how he rolled up on me. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Nigga, you still saying maybe?
Yeah, I said maybe, it's hard for me to admit that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't think I did anything wrong, not that I ain't never say sorry before. I'm like, I apologize to people plenty of times, but I still ain't think I was wrong just because I was just like, yo, I'm just trying to keep the peace. But like, I still wasn't wrong, and I'm gonna still let you know I wasn't wrong. But yo, man, I'm trying to keep the peace, but I wasn't wrong. Like, I don't think a lot of people.
Hey, Mark, if you say it like that, ain't no need to apologize, nigga.
Right.
They ain't gonna
just keep it to yourself.
They not gonna accept that shit. That's like, hey, Mark, that's like, I apologize, but as soon as you say that fucking but,
just stop. Abort mission. You are not sorry.
hey, and you know what? Mark, it's hard for me to do that shit too. I'm working on myself with that shit right there. Like, man. Listen, if I know I ain't do nothing wrong, and you mad at me over some shit over maybe an interpretation, or maybe it may be a misunderstanding, or maybe I didn't do it how you want me to do it. I ain't doing nothing wrong, but I ain't do it how you thought I should do it. Yo, listen, when I know I do nothing wrong, I could be a complete asshole and insensitive to your motherfucking feelings, yo. If you come to me and I know I ain't do nothing wrong, but I am working. I am working on that part as far as like I don't like apologizing, so I try not to do shit I have to apologize for. But I would give you.
That's it, Merv.
I would give you a my bad.
Yeah, or I'll give you something like, yo, I was on some nut shit. Like, I might tell you that I was on some nut shit.
But it's something about apology. To me, if you apologize all the goddamn time, it becomes saturated. So it's like when I apologize, like, yo, I mean that shit. It's almost like, I don't say I love you all the time. I don't say I love you everybody. But when I tell you I love you, I mean that motherfucking shit.
Man, listen, whatever you do, right, just follow it by, yo, let's go get something to eat. Trust me, you know what I mean? That shit work. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get something to eat. She don't turn that down. I ain't been turned down on the let's go get something to eat part. She still might be mad, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like, the eating part helps.
You hungry has saved what you say, Merv? A lot of civilizations.
It do. I mean, it do.
You eat?
Shit. Straight up. And she gonna answer you angry. So I mean, where we going? Like, all right, like, man, seriously.
And I think that's a lesson that we learn as we get older, because we do feel like if I'm not wrong, don't apologize. And I actually teach that to my child. Don't say I'm sorry or apologize if you are not actually sorry or apologizing or if you're wrong. But there is a time where sometimes you don't have to, the apology isn't to admit wrong, or the apology isn't to give the other person the power or the upper hand. Sometimes the apology is just it can oftentimes be an olive branch. Like, I apologize. But you can say that you apologize for your delivery, but you still mean what you said. That way, if for you, Mark, where you like, nah, I can't give that up. Like, if I'm right, I'm right. That's it. That still allows you to be right, technically, quote unquote, right. But just you're acknowledging to the other person that your delivery was wrong. So that at least the person, if they have any emotional intelligence, they would at least perceive that as okay. He said what he said. He didn't mean to say it that way.
Nah, you
said it.
Yeah. Listen, when you apologize, it's best to apologize with no caption. It's best to apologize with no caption. If you apologize and you follow that shit with more than four words, more than likely that motherfucker you apologizing to ain't gonna accept that shit because it seemed like you apologizing just to pacify me. And motherfuckers don't like pacifying apologies. So if you're gonna do it, the best thing to do is just say that shit with no caption.
Facts. Even a baby spit out a pacifier. You know what I mean?
Bars.
So, hey, we're almost at 9:00. I got two things. There's nothing to debate on. It's just your response. Some responses, okay?
Okay.
What does a man talk about too soon that makes women fall back?
His
you know what?
Mother.
Huh?
His baby mother. So what?
The baby mama?
Yeah, or his ability in the bedroom. We don't care.
So the baby. So guys talking about his baby mama too soon can make women fall back?
Yeah, because most of the time he's trashing her. He's talking bad about
her.
Okay.
First day, I know how much you hate your baby moms. I hate your baby moms too. Take me home.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Like I never used to talk about my own daughter's mom. Like I used to get asked questions about her, and be like, blah blah blah, change topic. Like I never used to talk about my baby mom. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's that men lead with the main things that are, I don't think they realize that are turnoffs for women. They lead with their money. I'm talking about a real woman, not somebody you want to just have fun with. A real woman. Money, and sex. That's the thing that most men lead with, and those are the two things that women are most turned off by. Because if we
money and sex
in the very beginning,
I don't know about that money part.
Well, of course she wants to know that you have it, but men flaunt their money, and then when they get a woman that wants them for their money, they talk shit about her because all she wants him for is his money. That doesn't make sense. That's counterproductive. Same thing with sex. A man wants to talk about how big he is or how great he is in the bedroom, and then he gets with a woman that only wants to lay with him, and now he feels some type of way, like that's all you want me for. Men do feel that way, maybe not all, but some do. And then that's all she's interested in. So then now you're talking crap about her. So I think that's counterproductive. But some women are turned off by the fact that you flaunt your money like that, because it makes women feel like you don't see me as a person. You just see me as you don't think I have any substance to really get to know me. You just think I want you for your money. That's the miscommunication between men and women. Like Stacks is saying that what I'm saying is a lie in regards to the money. But there's a lot of women that will tell you
that. Collectively, I think you're wrong when it comes to the money part. You, yes, and maybe a few
feel like that.
Yeah, if you here's my thing, right? Every 100 women that says that's a turn off when men leave with money. 1,000 women says no. That's my thing. It's a much smaller amount that's a turn off for. Much smaller amount.
I can understand that.
So Rika, that's what we're talking about. That is false, because I think collectively, again, Rika, you might fall in the 100. Every 100 women is like, that's a turn off. There's 1,000 women to the 100 like, hell yeah. Tell me about your goddamn bank. Shit, listen, so so that's kind of hard. But all right.
The sex part is real, because a lot of women are saying that too. Rika.
No, I hear that a lot. Yeah, I hear that a lot with the sex. Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. I don't. Most of I talk about sex when we're on this pod. When I'm talking to female, I don't even talk about sex unless if they bring that shit up first, But I don't talk about that shit.
Oh, so you torment only us with that? Oh gosh.
Yeah, only y'all. Yeah, and and my fans.
Special, Mark.
And my fans that come on here and watch this shit want to see Merv.
Hey, shout out to Merv's fans. What's up?
Hey, nah, shit. Sometimes if it come out, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm garbage.
Me too. I just lay there.
Yeah,
I tell her, yeah, I'm garbage.
Here we go. Lay there like a board. I knew it was coming.
Hey, Mark, this for you though.
Oh shit. When she talk
For
about
the fellas, what does a woman talk about too soon that makes a man fall back?
Yo, like, we not together. Like, stop talking that relationship shit. Like, or yo, when we hanging out again, I'm like, we hanging out now. Just appreciate us hanging out now. Like, you know what I mean? You don't gotta ask them type of questions. You know what I'm saying? We out now, I was like, yo, am I going to see you tomorrow? We out right now. What do you mean you going to see me tomorrow? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, let the night do what it do. You know what I'm saying? If we see you tomorrow, if I see you tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow.
Right. Hey, Mark, look at that comment by Rika.
Oh,
what
good.
are we?
Yo,
what are we?
We.
Oh my God! What you mean?
That comes up way too fast. I'm like, shorty, I don't really even know you like that. I'm like, I mean, you know what's crazy though? I'm gonna say like this: like, a shorty give you the yams, and then she thinks she can ask a question like that. Like, yo, it's just the yams. Like, I ain't have to wait for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the yams came kind of quick. Like,
Mark, they'd be like on Thin Line Between Love and Hate when Daryl talked to one of the girls at the club. He was like, "Babe, when the hell we signed up for a contract?" She said, The contract signed when I let you in between my legs, baby. Whoa. I ain't signed a motherfucking contract.
Right. Like, man, sometimes you just gotta enjoy the moment. Some women do not just enjoy the moment. Like, then we'll see if we can have another moment. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moment.
So, when Becca come back, we bring in what if Tina ready to come on or what? Tina.
I thought you say, well, we're going to start it when Becca come back, right?
Yeah, because Tina is here. So as soon as Becca come back, we're going to bring Becca and Tina on and start this trending topic shit.
Right. Absolutely. It's a lot. Going on with the man. It's a lot going on with that guy.
Shit. Tina, you ready? All right, well, she must bring your ass on down then. Hell.
Not going on with that guy.
What up?
Hola.
¿Cómo estás? Bien and diseases.
Muy bien.
What language is that, Mark?
Bieno. Boninese.
Okay. I gotta get Google Translate on that one.
Oh shit!
That's broken Spanish right there. Broken Spanish.
Not broken Spanish.
All right, so we got Tina on this motherfucker, and I really wish that I could. It was somewhere that we could record our fucking a pod chat today, and play that shit just real quick, running through this motherfucker.
Yes,
and then start from there.
We need voiceovers, reenactments, all of it, y'all. Our pod group chat. It be when it be on fire. It be on fire.
It be on fire.
Okay. And today it was crazy. Listen,
because of fucking so we about to talk about Kanye. All right. I know some people like, yo, y'all do exactly what he want. He wants their attention. Hey, listen, a podcast. That's what the fuck podcasts do. We talk about trends and shit, and we give attention to motherfuckers that want attention. That's just what the fuck we do. So we're gonna jump in this Kanye shit. Anybody want to do a list of all the events in the past 2 weeks that Kanye did, and then we start?
We don't even have that much time.
No. Not to talk about it. Just real quick. All right, just boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so what's been happening?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go and then you put in what I missed.
Yeah.
So what's been happening lately with Kanye is that he's been ranting a lot about his business deals and his personal relationships with some of these business owners, as well as his marriage. We all know about him and his upset that with Kim and how he's been dealing with the children and how Kim's been keeping him from his kids, and that part we are fully aware of. But his business deals and his sneakers and fashion lines and all of that stuff, this is more of what's been happening a lot lately. And he's on this promo tour to promote himself, I guess, and he's been going on a lot of interviews. One of his most popular ones has been Drink Champs. He's been on Drink Champs 3 times already. Every time he goes on Drink Champs, it is very controversial. Nori just lets him run his mouth and just says whatever. He tries to get in, when he can fit in and ask Ye questions, but Ye's response to every question is 30 minutes long. So every Drink Champs interview has been 3+ hours. This most recent one that he did has gotten him in extremely hot water. It is not only the anti-Black conversations that he's been having, but also the anti-Semitic conversations that he's been having. Basically saying the same thing, kind of similar to what Nick Cannon went through, which is saying that Jews own everything, they run everything, they have a lot of power in high places, they are intentionally keeping him away from things, they are stealing his ideas, they are trying to manipulate his relationships with people. His Adidas deal is in jeopardy. His music is in jeopardy. He has Donda Sports that's in jeopardy. He has all these things that are, on the plate for him that have made him a billionaire. And he talks about all the mistreatment that he's gotten in all of these places.
All right.
A lot of these places that these relationships that he has are ran by the same people he's talking against. So now, this is a big controversy, but the anti-Semitic comments in particular is what has gotten him canceled by almost everything, everywhere, everyone in the past 2-3 days. Everybody that he's has had a relationship with has posted about being anti-Kanye in regards to his comments, and been posting about how they're with the Jews and they are with freedom of speech, but we just can't tolerate the anti-Semitic conversations, and the comments are just, wow, he's gone too far, Kanye. You can't talk about the Jews. So everything's been canceled. So he's losing everything.
Kanye went from $1.3 billion, apparently, allegedly, from $1.3 billion to $400 million. That's one thing. Also, there's a big split. There's a big divide. You
see this person?
Zach, let me know you're ready. I don't see your picture. You just got your photo up.
All right, keep going.
All right. So it's been a big divide. Some people that's Kanye still got a lot of followers now. Let's not get to it. That nigga still has a cult following.
Yes.
Right? So you got some people that's like, yo, fuck the grain, I'm with Kanye. And then you got some people that's like, yo, Kanye on some other shit, fuck Kanye. Then you got some people that's like, yeah, Kanye on some other shit, but I'm about to make some money off his goddamn name, or off his goddamn sneakers, or off his likings.
Right.
All right. So
he also has his political issues as well. Like, he's partnered with Candace Owens and has made some very strong political comments and business deals in connection with Candace Owens, who people have feel is using him for her political gain and his money as well. And people don't see that. He can't see that she's using him. So he has created enemies in almost every field out there.
So, all right, Kanye had the comment, slavery was a choice, and a White Lives Matter shirt. Apparently it was in an uproar. It was an uproar, but was not as big. Then he talked trash about the Jews, and now it seems like everything is canceling. So
he didn't talk trash about the Jews. He spoke facts. He exposed them.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. I'm not defending. I'm not pro or bi. I'm putting stuff out there so we can start the conversation. So
You ready, Stacks?
after the comments about the Jews, that's when everything started a domino effect. So that's what really this big divide has happened, where it's pro, bi, or opportunistic, as far as like, yo, well, shit, I got sneakers, I'm about to buy sneakers and sell them shit.
We
So
also
that's everything. That's the Kanye platform. All right. I just want to put the foundation out there. If anybody want to start, or y'all need me to start asking questions.
Welcome, Stacks.
Yeah, what up? I don't know why y'all was asking me if I'm ready. I can let myself on this motherfucker, and that's what I did.
I hear that. We got everybody in the building. We only missing Strong J.
Good evening, though.
Sean about to pop up. Like,
I'm sure he will. Stacks, we let you. We'll
that nigga ain't coming to the end.
Right. So let's just start with the narrative that everybody has been going with for years, that people have been saying we got to stop saying that. Kanye is a genius. Let's start there.
So is he a genius or not?
Right. A lot of people are saying he is a genius when it comes to music, right? Because to do what he has done with music.
Yeah, but we ain't talking about the music part.
Well, I'm going to get to why though. They're saying that there has to be something up here in order for him to do that, right? So if somebody is a genius here, they're thinking he's a genius everywhere. So they're saying he's a genius, he's a genius, he's a genius. But a lot of people are like, no, he's not. Stop saying that. He ain't been a genius since College Dropout.
Why is he not a genius? Because motherfuckers don't understand his craziness?
I don't know. What's your take on that?
I mean, people consider him crazy. So
do you think? Okay,
what about devil's advocate? What about if there is a method to his madness? What about if it's all a setup to get to where he needs to get, so he can put us where we need to be? And when you do some shit like that, you gotta get cool with your enemy. You gotta make your enemies trust you so fucking much that it look like you're deceiving the other.
So almost like that Michael Corleone move in The Godfather, where he played cool with everybody just to be able to X them out his lives and become the boss.
It's gonna take years to do because he run in 2024. He gonna need the white folks.
So to piggyback off this, I saw a Facebook post saying that Kanye was talking about getting out all these contracts, but he couldn't because it was a contract. It was signed. And he did that rant, and now boom, he's free from every contract, and now he can be complete owner, 100% of his own shit and out the contract and become even greater.
Right. He let them fire him so he wouldn't have to quit.
So any comments on that?
Well,
I feel like everybody ain't supposed to know your plan. And a lot of people get mad and frustrated on what they don't fucking know or understand. Because let's say he really do what I just said. It's a hypothetical thing. It's not happening now. So, people really not going to stick on what could be or could not be, but they sticking on it now. But what about if he did that? All the people that talk shit about him, what they going to say if he do that and succeed?
Right.
What if? That's a big what if, but what if? Because it's still a possibility that can happen. So everybody all of us that downplayed him, what if that was a method to his madness and it worked? Then what? We're going to be regurgitating everything we said?
No, not me. Can I go?
Yeah, nigga, you came on here.
No. I'm gonna tell you right now, not me. I don't give a if Kanye becomes a trillionaire after his brilliant Binky and the brain plan that he has, that's, you know, to get out his contract and shit like that, still not fucking with him. I think people started like, there's this narrative that everybody started canceling Kanye once he talked about the Jews and the gays. That's just simply false. Some people don't have to get on the bandwagon with mainstream media and shit like that before they say, I'm done with Kanye. And if you are done with Kanye, if you aren't done with Kanye, that's fine. I'm not judging. But this genius shit is just crazy to me. I guess the definition of genius doesn't change, because I don't think that you have to shit on your people, and I don't think that you have to partner with one of the most black hatingest black women, no, the most black hatingest black woman in America to prove a fucking point. So fuck Kanye, fuck Candace Owens, and fuck whatever plan he got. Straight up and down.
So my question is, what if you? I know what Zach's saying. Like you, true. That's some real shit. You shouldn't have to shit on your people. But what about if you have to? Because what about if these people that are higher up, clearly the Jews have showed their power in like 2 days? What about if they like on some fuck black people? Fuck these ends. You know what I'm saying?
The Jews are on some fuck black people shit. I'm trying to figure out.
They could be, because we just a face.
Shit, well,
we the face. They know what bring niggas in. They gonna use us to get more than where they already got. I'm gonna use this motherfucker. I'm gonna puppet this motherfucker like this.
Is it hypothetical?
To act like, not to say he is.
It is, because it's a what if.
But what about if he know that the only way to bring them in or to get closer is to act like he's against us? Then come on, because how is he gonna get ahead? The Jews really showed their power in 2 days.
They
24 hours.
Yeah, I agree. But
it was actually a fear tactic. It wasn't, they trying to make it seem like, we don't do racism. No, motherfucker, y'all mad because he exposed y'all.
How did he expose them?
He did.
I said how?
That interview alone, he done gave so much information out. Like, you know how you're supposed to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye ended up dead probably next year or earlier. I wouldn't be surprised for running his mouth.
All right. Yeah. I haven't heard that. I
feel like they even allowed him to get that much money.
I mean,
they feel like, this nigga this shit got to his head. We allowed him too much. Now we need to silence him.
But you know what, though?
I'm sorry, Mark. Just one comment.
It's like anything else.
People think that Kanye's that smart, though. That's the argument. People
but my thing is, it's like anything else, right? When one part ain't acting right, you get another part to replace it. You know what I'm saying? So if for the Jewish people who control pretty much all of entertainment, and that's more than music, movies, films, sports, whatever, right? Even the fashion lines and all of that. I'm just like, it's just like, all right, well, he was the face. He was kind of creative, whatever. I mean, we can get somebody else to do the same shit, and they probably will. Like, if you kind of look at, you know what I'm saying, in all aspects, right? With movies, music, fashion, sports, right? Who are the next people coming along? And you see who's being partnered with who. Like, they can, take over that spot that Kanye had. Like, that's not really out of the realm of possibility.
I think the relationship between blacks and Jews is different depending on where you are. Because in New York, the Jews don't really rock with black people like that. They have their own section in Brooklyn, and it's almost like a gated. They treat it like a gated community. They don't usually like you being in that area. It's actually right. It's right at the very bottom of Manhattan before you get into Queens, and they don't really like nobody in that area. There's another part of Brooklyn, Eastern Parkway, where they have the West Indian Day Parade. Another section where there's a lot of black and Jews that live amongst each other, and the people that live there feel the separation. There's a lot of West Indian black people and Jews, and they feel the separation and the treatment that Jews give them in that area. So a lot of the times, even when Jay-Z talked about Jews and how they have a particular type of relationship and power from a New Yorker's perspective. Kanye didn't say anything wrong. There are a lot of people that try to do things and the Jews stop them. But on the flip side, a lot of celebrities have Jew lawyers. So
do they really have a choice back? Do they really
know well, because they know that that the Jews really do have power. They really do run a lot of things.
Right. And I feel like what they do into Kanye is not even for Kanye. It's to set an example to let them know y'all niggas better not fuck with us.
So let me ask you this. I got a question.
Tactic. They showing how powerful what they can do. You know how many people gonna fear that shit? I feel like a lot of people pulled out because they fear that shit.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. If a white celebrity said the same rhetoric that Kanye did, you don't think Jews would have? No. You don't think the same shit would have happened?
Nope.
They cancel them
Kanye
too sometimes.
said that shit about black people. Did people pull their endorsements? Did all these people pull their endorsements?
I didn't. Who did you mention?
Who, me?
Yeah. Who did you mention just now?
I said when Kanye pulled his when Kanye said the shit about slavery, did all these people pull their shit? So how y'all gonna sit there talking about it's racist now? All of a sudden it's racist now because he spoke on the Jews. But when he said that slavery was a choice, that's still, just because he's black and he said it, that's still considered a racist comment.
And that interview is still up. You know,
they don't care about they don't care about black people like that. So what they say about blacks, they don't care about.
Say it again, Becca.
They don't care about black people, so you can say whatever you want about black folks. Right. They ain't gonna care.
Y'all hold on. Y'all just found this out when Kanye started.
But we already knew that.
No, we knew that. That's why.
Okay. No. Got it. Okay, got it.
I think he put it on the national stage, though.
That's what I said in the chat.
That's what I think.
People pick and choose what offends them and what don't offend them. Like, get the fuck out of here. And then y'all want to make little statements. Foot Locker made a statement. Fucking Adidas made a statement that we don't condone racism. Get the fuck out of here. So it's because it's Jews is racism. But when he said that shit against black, it wasn't racism. You picking and choosing. Y'all hate black people, so it was cool for that motherfucker to say that shit. Here, let's make Kanye more money. Now you a billionaire.
I got a question.
Against the Jews. Oh, nah. You crossed the line talking about the Jews. Let's take that shit back.
I got a question. This is something that's been bothering me since this whole stuff started up. So Kanye had the whole deal with Candace Owens, right? And shitted on black people. I think he did that. Then he made the remark about, I guess, gays and Jews. Correct me if I'm wrong as far as this timeline, right?
Yeah, the Jew comment is more recent. It's after the White Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So the timeline's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Here's my issue. Black people, Kanye sympathizers that I call them, they're forgetting that portion, and they're just starting. Well, yeah, he talked that shit. That's out the way. That is out of the way. We don't even care about that no more. Even though he shitted on us, we only care about the fact that he's losing money because he talked about the Jews and gays. Is that what we're doing here? I'm just asking, because that seems like that's what the narrative is.
Oh, I don't give a fuck what he lost, because I really think he didn't really lose that much. I think all
no. The question is, did we stop caring about what he
supposedly he went from 1.3 billion to 400 million.
Well, we on the pod. A lot of people, his sales went up after he did that. After
all the companies that cut him out, he's supposedly on 400 million now.
Yeezy started coming out left and right, even more. It was like every week Yeezys drop, right back. Then every week a new pair of Yeezys drop. So it's like we the most mad. Black people are the most mad all the time. But it's like, but because it's the Jews now that put fear in your heart, that can ruin your whole life, take away all your funds, it's more serious than how? How is it more serious? Why? Why?
So are you saying that you're
the same thing? Why?
So you saying you bothered you saying you bothered the fact that it wasn't the same outrage when
Yes.
Kanye said slavery was a choice and he
Right.
wore the White Lives Matter shirt and all that shit, Trump hat and all that shit that was directed toward niggas. It wasn't worth outrage, but now it's
Right.
all of a sudden outrage now.
Right. Where's the same energy?
Yeah, but people were upset about the slavery was a choice comment. People were upset
Only
about the MAGA
black
hat.
people were
People
upset.
people were upset, but you know, in social media, rage only lasts 24 hours. They only mad that day.
Yeah.
And
They
I'm
not
gonna
mad
tell
the
you,
next day.
Was
I
it?
think Tina's talking about the endorsement part and the machine. I don't think she's really
Yeah.
talking. And correct me if I'm wrong. You're not really talking about. You talking about losing endorsements, losing the money,
Yes,
losing the
because
business.
they look hypocritical because you're putting out statements saying we don't condone this type of racist talk. But he did it. And y'all didn't
Yeah,
believe when he was
but-
talking about black people. That's not fair.
And,
I mean,
yo,
white people,
and I-
of course.
Yeah,
That's some
shoot.
fucked up shit.
But we don't have. Okay, listen. But here's the difference between that, right? The all these other communities, they stick the fucking together. All right. When you
Right.
said Jews, we said the Jews are like a gated community. From what I've always known, Jews fuck with Jews,
I get
and
that
a lot of
part.
other
I get
races is
it.
the same.
Here,
the-
Merv,
the-
I get the fact that they stick together and the black community don't. That's the obvious. What I'm mad
Okay.
about is the statement that they're putting out. We don't condone racism. Basically, racist talk. You feel what I'm
You're
saying?
talking about
But
the companies,
clearly-
right?
Yes, but clearly y'all do. And
As long as it's about
the
black people.
are blind to see that. Like, how come? Y'all, that's a bold statement. We don't condone racism. That's straight to the point, right? We don't condone it. So then, why did y'all allow that shit? Why y'all ain't pull y'all endorsements back then?
Man,
But you know the answer to that though.
True,
Yeah, of
but
course.
you still gotta put it out there because a lot of people not thinking about that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pivot. Let's
No,
pivot.
not thinking because I want to understand. We're not thinking about what.
They're not thinking about the difference. There's only a percentage. Me, I'm thinking about it. All of us on this pod have thought about it. You have thought about it, Stacks. We've all thought about it, but a lot of the world has not.
The difference in what? I legit
say that we don't condone racism, but y'all actually did condone the racist talk when he spoke on slavery, on black people making slavery a choice. That was a huge insult, and nothing was done.
But you know what though?
I feel like they're both the same exact thing.
I'm gonna say like this: when he said
they let that shit ride and threw that shit under the rug.
When he said that slavery was a choice comment, you know what I mean, which a lot of black people didn't agree with. I mean, he got instantly checked, like right then. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that blew up as much as it would have, because the guy who was with TMZ, the black guy, you know what I mean? The black guy like checked him. You know what I mean? You can run that over and over and over again.
Why
you know what I'm saying? So that didn't blow up as much as it probably would have if Kanye just would have said it and wouldn't nobody check him on the spot about that.
It didn't blow up as much as it did because we are the most underrated race. Nobody gave a fuck. That's why it didn't blow up the way it did.
Yeah, okay.
I think the same thing. If you don't condone racism, you don't condone racism.
All right. Hey, hold on real quick. Let me say something, y'all. Let me say something. We got to talk quickly and then get quiet. We get 5 of us on here. We can't be long-winded tonight. Get your point out. Get quiet. Let somebody else go. All right, go ahead, Stat.
I like that. Okay, so I think we gotta. This is going to suck, but this is just the way it is. You know how people say it is what it is.
Yeah.
For the longest of time, and it's been happening our entire lives. Somebody goes out there and says some racist shit, and there's no accountability whatsoever, right? It's been going on for the longest of time, right? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. Go ahead, Murray. What you say?
Racist toward the blacks, right? Is that what you're talking about, right?
Towards the black, they typically don't lose money, right? They typically don't lose money, right? Right. Okay. I think we can consistently all agree that over the years, people have done this and not lose any. Famous people have done this and not lose any money, right?
Right.
Okay. Now this is just me. and my expectations. When Kanye said, when he wore the White Lives Matter shirt and he was fucking with Candace Owens, I didn't have an expectation for him to lose any money or anything like that, because that's been the consistency that I've lived with in my lifetime. Not saying it's right, but what I think the issue is with all of this is the you can't be people are selective when it comes to being outraged, and you got some people that'll be like, well, that's par for the fucking that's par for the course. Like, it was him saying that shit about black people not losing no money. It was par for the course for me. And after he said what he said and hung out with who he hung with, that's when Stacks was, I'm good. I'm cool on Kanye. I did not wait until he made the comments about the Jews and the what you call it, and them losing
losing money. My question. Okay.
And that's why I'm not knocking Stacks for how he feel, because Stacks has been consistent. You feel what I'm saying? He not a flip-flopper. So I gotta respect him. Whether we agree or not, I gotta respect the fact that he stood and been standing on his shit. What I can't deal with is the fucking flip-floppers.
And Tina, to your point, I feel what you are saying, and I feel your passion as far as it's fucked up that he didn't lose any money or anything until he talked. He said some shit about the Jews and the gays. I feel like, and you're absolutely right. It's not fair, but we've been living in an unfair since we came over this bitch 400 years ago. That's a fucked up conclusion to have.
I told y'all that I wish we could see as a race how powerful we are. Because if we didn't support businesses for even 24 hours, 48 hours, they would crumble.
They would crumble.
Man, listen.
And that's one thing that we need to learn. I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
I've been asking, just the black people I know, I asked, like, yo, don't do Black Friday. That's one fucking day. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, man, just do another day. Just don't do Black Friday, right? And I'm like, yo, it's people who's just like, yo, man, detergent only $5. I gotta get that. The big bottle. Like, the big bottle only $5 on Black Friday. Like, and y'all know if we go in the store, the big bottle $18 fucking dollars. Like, you know what I mean? If it's $5, I'm like, niggas just, I need this Tide, dude. I need it.
Yeah, hey, yo, Mark. Hey, this damn 65-inch $200. Fuck what you heard.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
you're absolutely right.
Even when they did that thing where they do it like almost every year, but despite COVID, they didn't do that them 2 years or whatever. But don't buy gas for one fucking day. One day, we can't do it. We're so fucking brainwashed.
I think that's what a lot of people's comment and responses to what's going on. Like, you see, whenever somebody says something about the gays is like, you're not gonna talk about us, and they all band together and attack. Whenever somebody mentions the Jews go, oh, you got something to say about us? Cut. We cut all y'all water off, right? That's what all the Jews do when you say something about them. But when you say something about black people, it's like, man, that was wrong. That's not nice. And the next day we forget about it.
No,
real quick. We don't
forget about we don't forget, right, Mark? We don't forget.
I don't mean we as in us. I mean society. Like, it don't get as much.
Let me say this real quick. Jews could be fucked up towards each other, and fucked up. But let another race try to come and fuck, or religion try to come and attack them. No matter how fucked up they were, they gonna come together to go against you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's all races except us.
Right.
But yeah,
that's all races.
But
that's what I'm
saying.
It's
a reason for that, though.
I disagree. If it's all races,
it's a reason for that.
Kanye could be fucked up and fucked up.
What race?
All we gonna do is say, "Yo, Kanye, you fucked up," instead of coming just together like, "I don't fuck Kanye."
Yeah.
When he said that shit about the slaves, y'all ain't cancel shit, so fuck you. We ain't do that.
But here's the thing with black people, though, right? Like, to me, with black people, it's a lot about who they like. Like, it could be a black person about to do something extraordinary, right? and there'll be other black people where I don't like them. So fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Other races might not do that. Like, like a large portion might not do that. Oh, yo, this gonna be the first Indian boy to do this. All right, I might not really like him, but I'm a fuck with him. You know what I mean? But your black ass, no, man. I remember that bitch from 5th grade. She stole my fucking candy. Fuck that bitch. Like, that's black people. Black people do shit like that.
Unfortunately.
Like, if I don't like you, I really ain't going to support nothing you do, even if you're the only black person on earth doing it. But like, that's black people.
But here's the other thing, Mark.
I don't like Mark ass, and I agree with him.
That's black people. I mean, that's serious though, but that's black people.
That's the real shit. But we don't got, because we deal with pride, we can't. It's motherfuckers that won't admit that shit. They be like, oh well, I don't like Mark, even if Mark is right. Fuck
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sad that y'all feel like that, but I just don't think that. I don't think that we give ourselves enough credit. And I think a lot of that shit is all about peer groups and the people that you fuck with, you know. But
collectively, that is unfortunately sad. But collectively, I think it is overall.
Because everybody's different.
We fuck with a lot of good niggas, Stacks. I think you underestimate that our circle is very fucking strong, but our circle is very fucking rare. We actually want to see all of us win. But Mark, you said I don't like you, or this black don't like this black. It don't have to be not like you. If I'm making $100,000 and you making 75, and I just found out you about to get to a point where you making 101,000 more than me, I feel some kind of way. I don't like the fact you making money, so I'm not gonna goddamn support you. Yep. That happens a lot in the black community. And that's why
shit's crazy. I mean, to me, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy that, you know what I'm saying, that black people would just do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't know the motherfucker, you know what I mean? Well, I don't like his stance. I didn't like his stance on something he did 20 years ago. Right? I don't fuck with him. I'm quite sure, you know what I mean, for when Barack was running for president, it was niggas, you know what I mean, for real, doing that same shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You got niggas. Yeah, people don't. Yeah, there's and that drives me insane because I don't have no, but I consider I hold Barack Obama in high regard. You know, after my father as a dude, well, like father, grandfathers and shit like that, I hold him in high regard. He was able to become president, but unfortunately, the way niggas think, some niggas think, you know what, he's the president, so he's the president of black people and black people only. So when he got out of office, his 8 years, oh fuck him, he did shit for black people.
Right.
That's niggas. That's niggas in a nutshell.
You know how many black people have said today that Trump is the best president they've ever had?
Yeah, because Trump gave them money. Trump gave them the stimulus and the money. That's why.
So
that's why Kodak Black like him.
Trump ain't.
Well, he got him out of jail. I mean, nigga get you out of jail, you gonna feel some type of way about that.
When it comes to Stacks and how Stacks feel, and then what Merv said about y'all circle, I don't know y'all circle, but y'all my bros, so I'm gonna go with what Merv said. Y'all are like the 10% in the world that feel and think the way y'all feel, whereas the majority don't.
I agree with Tina, yo.
They on some bandwagon shit.
And I think here's my issue. There's some things that I know about myself that you motherfuckers don't have to tell me. I'm fucking judgmental. I'm fucking hard on people and shit like that. I know these things about myself, and I think that comes from being around a certain type of people for so long. You kind of try to shape. Mm-hmm. You're not trying to have people act a certain way, but you ask them questions and be like, "Damn, that's how you really think." Like, I need to understand.
Because
put that back up. Put that back up.
Because we spoiled. We around such good people that we spoiled.
Yeah. Jeremy says less than 10%. Tina, you think like Stacks? Stacks.
It's frustrating because it's just not my reality, man. Like, it's just not. That's what the
it's not your
frustrating part is.
reality, but in totality, like now you probably have some black people hating on you that you don't even know hate on you. Like I
As they
didn't have
should.
people like
As they should. Look at me. Shit.
Hold on, you want to know why it's not slash reality? Because here's the thing: they have that saying where you're supposed to surround yourself with certain type of people, right? And you surround yourself with positive people. You surround yourself with people that motivate and push you forward.
Merv,
and y'all are part of y'all group are a part of that. But majority of the world group is not a part of that.
Not in the black community.
Not in the black community at all.
Right.
If I wasn't me, Merv, I'd probably hate on my ass too, to be honest. So.
Hey.
We don't support one another. Becca could get a fucking clothing line. And boom, guess what? Instead of me supporting Becca, I go get a clothing line too. So now we each other's competition.
Right.
Yep.
Right. That's real. That shit done happened to me several fucking times, yo.
Yeah,
that shit done happened to me several times.
Shit.
I got an insurance business opening tomorrow. If you ain't never heard, I'm just bullshit.
Right.
And it don't even be strangers. It be the people you know. I wasn't thinking about no clothing line until Becca got a clothing line. And instead of me holding her down and supporting her, even if I want to do my own shit, but not clothes, I could do something totally different and we could come together and collab our shit. No, be her competition now.
I think that's one of Kanye's arguments. One of his arguments is that the people who claim to be his homeboys, his friends, didn't support him. So that's why he's going on these interviews and saying F this person, F that person, F this person, because he feels like in his time that he's not getting the support that he should, which is why he feels like when he goes on these rants and does all these things and people start canceling him, quote unquote, canceling him or talking bad about him, he is almost like, which is first, the chicken or the egg? Are you doing all these things and not getting support, or not getting support because you're doing these things? And it's like a vicious cycle, because if you look into all his interviews, all he complains about is the fact that he's not getting support from his people. But he's saying these kind of things to make his people not support him. So,
but you know what though? I'm gonna say like this: for the people who call him friend or have called him friend, right? I just think they should check in on him, like, say what's up. I'm like, shit, just like anybody else. I mean, when you call your friends or whatever, even if you don't talk all the time, just what's up, bro? Like, everything good? Like, you know what I mean? So when he wants to rant and say all his shit, he can say it to you instead of saying it to some fucking interviewer, who don't give a shit about some network.
But what if they try and he rejects it? What if they do try and say, yo, yay, then
he gotta die on he gotta die on that sword if he do that. But
that nigga ain't nobody's victim.
But I'm just saying, if I'm
a man, you're really not.
I'm a man, and I reach out to you and you say, yo, I'm good, and then I see you on Piers Morgan and shit wilding. It ain't nothing I can do with that. Like, I reached out to the motherfucker. Like,
you had Rockaware, you had Sean John, all those shits. They didn't last.
Yeah, we talking about Kanye.
All them shits didn't last, right? So you had FUBU, that shit ain't last. So now you finally got. And then they're gonna and that shit is,
and that's what the issue with everybody.
Other black people.
Everybody saying everything he's doing is a genius move.
You ain't following your own rule right now, man.
My
you
bad.
Ain't following your own rule.
My bad. Y'all know. Sometimes I goddamn go. I get out of line.
All right, just mute that shit.
He need a little bit of straightening.
All these other clothing lines, they went from their music career to a clothing line. Even Beyonce shit. You had all these clothing lines, and they not booming like they wanted it to boom, right? So now, boom, Yeezy come out. Finally, something that came from somebody black that's actually successful. Like successful as fuck. Successful than more than any other clothing line that has come out by a hip-hop artist, right? Why we can't all come together and flock to that? I tried it. You tried it. You tried it. It didn't work. We tried it. It didn't last. But this motherfucker tried it and it's working. Now let's jump on this shit together and let's push forward. No, that's not how black people are. Why not? We finally got one that made it.
Yeah, but again, it's about who you like.
Well, because that one that made it, instead of being the type of person that you want to support, you shit on us. All Kanye has done is talk about his money and how much better he is.
That support, everybody jumped on with him. Not even a bandwagon, but we got finally one that made it. Let's push him. He wouldn't be like that.
Whoa, wait. Are you trying to say that Kanye breakdowns because of lack of support?
Majority of his breakdown is because of lack of support. We already know that shit happened. This shit started spotting out when he lost his mother.
Nah.
You know that shit.
I have to ask. I have to ask this.
Do is complain about he didn't have no support. This person ain't have his back. This person ain't have his back. This person ain't have his back. And then when you feel like that's all, you don't got nothing left, you gonna resort to the motherfuckers that's kissing your ass. And guess who's kissing his ass? The white people.
But Kanye was on top of the world at one point. Kanye was getting all the support. He had a lot of support. He was getting it.
I don't believe you could become a fucking billionaire without support. There's no fucking way you can become a billionaire without support unless your daddy and mama was a fucking billionaire. There's no way that you can become a goddamn billionaire without support.
From what I'm looking at, it seemed like the Jews allowed him to become a billionaire.
Okay, so I'm about to ask a question. Should we be upset with the Jews?
He's not a designer. Remember,
let me ask a question.
He just come up with ideas.
Let me ask a question. Let's reverse this shit. This is the blacks that had this goddamn all these companies, and we have this goddamn power. And this rich ass motherfucker is talking shit about all the fucking blacks. Will we allow that shit? If we had the ability to be like, nigga, you talking about us? Will we allow that shit? I don't think we would. Wait. So should we really be mad at the Jews for doing what the fuck they're supposed to do as a fucking community?
You wanna know why I say yes? Because when you take out one of us, you still giving them more. You giving them back full control. We not them. So I'm a ride. That's what I just said. Whether we wrong as a unit, as black people, whether we wrong, we still should
yeah
together.
I'm getting off that boat. I ain't about being wrong. That's why I get off.
All the other races, that's what they do. Whether they wrong. You gotta hold. Okay.
I'm glad you fucking said that.
I know what you're saying.
Let me say this. So
I know what she's saying as well.
Everybody knows Stacks and Merv is the best of the best of the best, right?
That's the big one.
Besties. Merv is a fucked up ass nigga, okay?
Wow.
I don't know to this day how y'all friends.
That came out of nowhere.
It's the total opposite. And no matter how wrong Merv is, Stacks would never let nobody ever disrespect you in front of him.
I probably would.
But if it was some real live shit, he would never. Now when he nephew, yes, behind closed doors, but he gonna ride with you.
So Tina, I'm with you. I know what you're saying, and I agree with you because me and Staxton had this conversation. So from that angle, I agree with you because I say all the time, when blacks fuck up, blacks are the first one to jump on blacks, and it goes viral. They publicly go talk shit about other blacks.
Yeah.
When whites fuck up, and white people know that person is wrong, either if they're not defending them, they got mute mind. They're shutting the fuck up. But that's what a lot of other races.
How many Merv, how many white people out here talking about, oh, you's a Karen? No. It's a bunch of black people talking about, oh, you's a Karen. Yeah, we running with that shit. But then how many whites were talking about Trump
or other white people that got in trouble? So I am with you on that. Like I would like for us to be more, and we're going to hold. I'm not against holding each other accountable, but I do feel like we can hold each other accountable behind the scenes, behind the doors, instead of in front of the white people, the Japanese, the Chinese, the Jews, and everything like that. I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
Merv, I agree with you 100%. And let's look at Stack Shirt. Throw that shit up again, bro. Throw that shit up again. Accountability. But you know that saying, what happens in the house stays in the house? We as blacks, this is our house. And we should not be sitting there exposing each other all on social media and shit in front of these motherfuckers to give them ammunition to sit there and throw back at us and say we can't be together, we can't sit together as a race. You feel that
it won't happen.
We could hold each other accountable as we should behind closed doors.
It won't happen.
I always talk to Stacks about that.
Who you like? You know what I mean? That's how black people are, man. If you don't like somebody, you know what I mean? For like, if a black person don't like another black person, they're gonna bash them in public, bash them in front of everybody for the world to see. That's how a lot of black people be. That's just how it is.
So
shit, it don't mean that you gotta engage in it, but a lot of other people go engage in it.
Right,
I don't be giving a fuck about none of that. I mean, because I want to see everybody win. I'm like, yo, look, if you ain't do no harm to me, like, or nothing like that, I still want to see you win. I mean, it's still fuck you, but I still want to see you win. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all. Hey, prime example.
I want to see Kanye bounce back from this. I want him to be accountable for what he's done and what he said, yes, but he's still one of us, and I want him to bounce back from it. Be accountable for what you did and make shit right, because everybody deserves a chance to make shit right.
Yeah, but I don't think it's some other shit that he needs some help as well. Like, yes, like I'm saying, he is, you know what I'm saying? He's a genius of music. He's a good businessman, but he got a lot of wrong shit about him. He got a lot of crazy shit about him that he's doing. He's on the wrong side of the fence. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a thin line.
Here's how weird we are, right? Okay, Kanye did some fuck shit. Cancel Kanye, disrespectful, fuck him, he not for us. Now, but the more you entertain shit, the more publicity you get, right? Because if you really done with Kanye, you don't even want to hear, see, shit, read, nothing. That's Kanye, right? You're not. Right. You're not. You canceling him. You feel like he completely disrespected us. He not for us, this and the third. I don't want shit to do with him. That's like a relationship with it and a chick be like, oh, fuck that nigga, his dick little, da-da-da-da. But you was loving it before. But because you mad at what he said now or what he did now, oh, his dick little. But you ain't had no problem fucking on that shit before. Come on now, like, come on. Everybody, they so nosy. You're not even focused. If I'm done with you, I'm done with you. So now,
all right, so
the album, everybody gonna sit there. People gonna sit there, run, go get the album. Now it ain't about, oh, you went to go listen to Kanye album. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the streaming, because you helped him make his money whether you like him or not.
So
now it's getting I'm sorry, Merv. Now it's getting to the point where he's being dropped everywhere. I'm just now seeing that Peloton has removed his music from their platform. So he's coming. TJ Maxx don't want his stuff in there either. So he's
wait. You say TJ Maxx? You being funny right now? You being for real?
No, you know what I mean? I mean, because his line and his brand wasn't just high end shit. It was like, or like it was a range of shit.
Yeah.
And believe, and here's a part of my frustration and why I'm done with Kanye. I don't think he had to do all of this at all.
No, people did.
I think that Kanye is one of the best musicians in my lifetime. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is one of the best albums in any genre that I think, as far as music goes, in my lifetime. And because I'm the way I am, I can't fuck with it no more, simply because some of the stuff that Candace Owens have written and tweeted about have gotten black people killed. I see you with her idol. I'm not fucking with you, Merv. If I see you with Candace Owens, I'm not only not fucking with you no more, I might have a hot boat for your ass when I see you. That's how serious that shit is to me.
But who's that?
Candace Owens? Seriously?
Who's canceling Candace Owens? Other than black people, who's canceling?
Why you can't? You expect white people to cancel somebody that upholds white supremacy? Really, Tina?
Well, that's what she's saying. That the only people canceling Candace Owens are black people.
Yeah.
The cancel culture is only for black people. The cancel culture is only for the black community, y'all. That shit don't affect nobody. We don't even try to cancel nobody else.
But you know what?
That shit is only for the fucking.
That's crazy that black people came up with cancer culture. So we as blacks came up with cancel ourselves.
They cancel ourselves, right? That's it.
I'm sorry. Every black person that's against black people, I'm canceling the shit out of them.
Like black people,
I'm confused. I'm confused.
No, you're not confused.
Should fucking Candace Owens be canceled?
You need to put your head stacks that you are like the 10%. You are not thinking like everybody else. Majority is thinking different. So I'm saying this. You're the good one. I don't know how else I could break it down to you.
No, just saying the 10%.
I'm just trying. No, I'm trying to get a handle around. Okay, we're saying that y'all saying that black people created cancel culture, and black people are the only people that get canceled.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We're canceling ourselves. We created cancel.
Tell me a white person that's really got canceled.
A white person that's got canceled.
A non-black person got canceled. Most of the people that get canceled has been black people.
Yeah.
By their own people.
And we started the cancellation. For example, let me talk real quick. Bill, the Michael Jackson, story 10 years later came up with by a black person. Yeah. The Bill Cosby TV thing about him. The real Bill Cosby, after he was exonerated, after he got out of jail, came by black people. Like all the cancel shit culture is by black people against black people. You don't see white people, you don't see Jews, you don't see Mexicans creating negative shit about them. They're trying to cancel them or to get rid of their money or to belittle them. You don't see that shit.
Okay, documentaries about our people to expose them and cancel them.
I get what y'all are saying. I get what y'all are saying. But we're mad at the fact that the other races don't do the same, or because we're holding now in a lot of cases.
No. I'm upset that we can't get our shit together to elevate ourselves as a fucking community and stop. Goddamn, we be self-sabotaging us as a community.
Yeah, we
don't help each other out.
Yeah,
we hurt each other more than we help each other. All right. So for every one black person that's trying to help, that let's say, for example, let's say I became a CEO, a black person became a CEO. All right. For every one black CEO that maybe is willing to bring up other black people and get them on that level, is more black people that has made it, that's trying to keep themselves solo in that business or that entrepreneurship because of the competitive spirit, or they want to be the only token nigga in that business, or they scared of this black person making more money, or that black person replacing them. Like it's like this unsaid competitive spirit that I gotta do better than you, or I gotta think of some kind of way to do better than you. Or if you are doing better than me, you must be fucking cheating. Now, I had a Mercedes after college. Believe it or not, I had a Mercedes right after college. It was a part of my graduation gift. All right, I didn't have a great ass job yet. You'd be amazed how many black people thought I was selling drugs. Nigga, I've barely been suspended in school. I barely got fucking detention. Nigga, I don't fuck with trouble. Motherfucker thought I'm selling drugs because I got a fucking Mercedes.
My brother went through that as well when he had a Mercedes as well.
Like it's just something in our community, and that saddens me. So I'm not upset for the Jews being the way they are, or other races being the way they are. I'm gonna say like what Tina said before. We have a lot of potential and power, money power, and all that shit. But they hit us with divide and conquer. divide the niggas and conquer. That's why it's so hard for us to get to. Like Jay-Z said, y'all don't want to spend money on title. Y'all don't want to get title because I'm the owner. But you got Apple, you got Spotify, you got all this other fucking music genre. I mean, music on streams. But you don't want to fuck with title because a black person the fucking owner. And we gonna get them motherfucking no more money.
I have a question in regards to Kanye, right? You're talking about the black community and how we should come together. And my question now is then, in regards to Kanye, what should we as a black community do now with Kanye?
Still stand
Great question.
by him.
No, well, how though? Don't just say that. How?
No, I'm about to say why. Because he not real right all the time. Stand by him. Because as long as we stick together and hold him together, that's a level up for us. You see how people want to sell his sneakers still and get money? So if we still stand by this motherfucker, it still levels us up. Now, if we want to cancel him later on down the line, once we get to where we need to get and the blacks have control, because here's the thing. Everybody uses everybody.
So let me ask this, Tina.
I don't want to hear none of that shit. Everybody use everybody. Let's keep it a buck. Anybody, especially in the business world, everybody use everybody to make a come up.
Yeah, I ain't talking about that, but I got a question, Tina. I got one question. So let's say we able to get Kanye on our podcast, or our podcast, and we able to talk to him. How would you go about addressing this slavery was a choice and white lives matter? Because that's a big slap in the face to the black community.
So I'm just gonna sound crazy as that.
I know
what it is. So I'm a Gemini too, right? And Kanye's left-handed, and I'm left-handed. Yeah, I know. It's deeper than that, but okay. So there's different interpretations. Face forward, when you hear slavery was a choice, you're like, what? Get the fuck out of here. What you talking about, right? But then there's another aspect to it if you think about it, but everybody don't put their mind over there.
Now I gotta decipher this nigga. But continue. I'm sorry, Tina.
The aspect is I ain't gonna say we because I wasn't even back then. Our ancestors was deeper than the slave masters, right? Just hear me out. We was deeper.
You about to lose me.
No.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
And the master. The only way they got to us is because they mentally manipulated us. Because had all them slaves got together, they could have just done their masters. Period. They were outnumbered. But mentally, we was brainwashed and we wasn't thinking that.
And that's how they have people now.
So about mentally,
we were if you want to do numbers, slave masters was outnumbered by
correct. Correct.
They could have easily taken out their slave masters.
But you just said yourself that they were mentally brainwashed. And the best way to control somebody is not physically. But I ain't talking about that. I ain't even talking about that. Because you can control somebody mentally with love too. It's different ways to control somebody mentally. But you said we was mentally, hold up. You said we was mentally controlled. So we was mentally controlled.
Do you hear that shit? We helped sell ourselves into slave trade.
Yeah, black people had slaves.
Yeah, but that's we did. Yeah, because it was African. It was Africans. But even then, you know what? I give you that. That happened. But guess what? That still wasn't a choice. The actual slaves, that still wasn't a choice.
I know
so either choose to die.
I'm just giving you another way of thinking. You don't have to agree with it.
No, but yeah,
there are people that think this way.
Cool. Let me counter. Let me respond. That's all I'm asking. Let me respond.
Hold on. I gotta put this in there. If you're afraid to die to win, that plays a part too. And there was a lot of fear for people that were back then that were afraid to die. Because sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself, which our ancestors have done, in order for the rest to move forward and win. So if you're afraid to, let me tell you something. So here's the thing with the people with Stacks, you was in the army, Sean was in the military, this and the third. Y'all put your life on the line for this country. There probably was a fear, but at the same time, y'all did what y'all had to do, knowing that at any time y'all could lose your life. But there's not many people built like that.
You comparing military to slavery right now?
Bruh, this is about being afraid. In order to win, sometimes you have to sacrifice yourself. Our ancestors sacrificed themselves for us to be where we at today, and we still ain't free.
But it's an insult to our fucking ancestors to say that slavery was a choice. Like I hear a lot of slavery was a choice. Oh, it couldn't be me. If I was back then, I blah blah blah. Like
a lot of our ancestors today would say a lot of y'all motherfuckers is punks. If they could come to us in a dream today, a lot of y'all is cowards. Because we sat there, even women, Harriet Tubman put our life on the line and set y'all free, and now y'all acting cowardly.
Oh, I feel like you're moving the goalposts right now. We're talking about the slavery. We're talking about the slavery is a choice thing right now.
Actually died. They wouldn't say that shit.
We're talking about the slavery
to do it.
They wouldn't call us punks.
Listen, we're talking about the slavery is a choice thing right now.
Yeah.
Let's stick to that right now because because I want to respond to you. All right. If you're mentally, and I even give you mentioned that the Africans sold us, sold ancestors. So that happened. All right. They're forced to get on the boat by other black people. Then once they get there, they're mentally fucked through fear and through all that. So if you're mentally brainwashed, you lose your choice. If you're not thinking clearly, you lose your choice. If you're mentally fucked up.
Merv, we're still mentally fucked up because the Jews just sat there and showed us who they was. And a lot of motherfuckers is scared. I don't give a fuck how tough we think we is. Oh,
what are you talking?
Now we bold, right? Oh, you called us a nigga. Oh, what, Karen? You called us a nigga. Poop, poop, poop. We ready to fight, right? Right?
I'm only talking about slavery as a choice right now. I'm talking about that comment because I feel like you tried to make it sound like he was right.
Here's what was smart. The black slaves that ended up owning slaves. Let me tell you why that was a smart move. But the smart move was to actually buy them back and then allow them to be free. Now, if you still kept them as a slave, as a black man that finally had the credibility to buy slaves back and still kept them as slaves, you're a fucked up person.
Let me ask you that. Do you believe slavery was a choice? Do you agree with that comment that he made? How about that?
At one point, I do not believe slavery was a choice. But I do feel like there was a period where they could have taken over, but because they were in fear, they did not.
Okay, so the answer is no.
That's why we have in history those who were not fearless and did what the fuck they needed to do.
And Tina, I got a question to that. Like your parents are probably the most important people in your life, right?
Yeah.
If somebody show up at your house and say, Tina, I need you to fucking go outside and wash my fucking car. I'm about to blow your fucking parents' head off. What are you gonna do?
I'm probably gonna fight. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm a fighter.
You can fight somebody with a gun?
That's my mentality. I'm not gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna wash my car. I'm probably gonna even attempt to take you out before you even think you're gonna take my parents out and send that type of threat. But that's just me. I mean, many people won't agree with that, but that's just
Tina, I think this is what.
But
can I finish what I was going to say?
I get what Sam's saying because that's a scared tactic, and the most will be like,
Hey Tina, you gotta let us talk. You gotta let us respond, yo. You guys let us respond.
Right, Merv, I know you ain't fucking talking, but go ahead.
Hey, and the reason I brought that up is because slave masters went through some pretty dastardly techniques to keep their slaves at bay. So if I got 3 children, and okay, if I'm the man, right? I run away. They bring me back. Okay, you ran away. I gotta wait for you not to run away again. I'm gonna sell off your youngest daughter, or I'm gonna sell off your family, or I'm gonna cut off your foot, or some shit like that. And that was I'm sorry. That's pretty hard to overcome because that's and they would do it in front of everybody else. You know, that was their thing. And I'm sorry.
No, Seth, you're right. You're right.
So, and that's why I made that point. Whereas to say that it was a choice, whereas there were dire consequences. I mean, hell, y'all saw Nat Turner. He rolls up. I mean, and to me that kind of like catapulted, you know, other movements and shit like that. But to say it was a choice, I just think that. I just think it was totally disrespectful. I'm sorry.
I feel like the way he said it.
Agreed.
But I feel like the way he meant it was different. But a lot of people don't think that way. There's different ways of thinking. I'm just open-minded, so I totally get where everybody else is coming from. But then I have I have a way of thinking too to understand. Okay, maybe he meant it this way, this, then the third. Like, would you let somebody walk up on you and your family? No, you gonna bust guns. You won't let somebody threaten you and say, suck my dick, or I'm gonna kill your family. No, bust a gun, or you gonna do something until you to ever happen again. So now let's say I go wash the car to save my parents. Now you feel like you got some type of superior over me and you could keep on blackmailing me and threatening me every time and saying, I'm gonna kill your parents if you don't do this. When I could just try to take you the fuck out and you can never do that shit again.
I just think the black people in 2022 is so easy for us to say. If I was back then, I wouldn't do that shit. Tina, you grew up fighting. All right, you grew up being allowed to fight. You grew up with the freedom of being able to fight. You grew up with the freedom of being able to defend yourself. You didn't grow up. You wasn't 3 years old, 4 years old, seeing your mama getting her ass bust, or seeing your father getting her ass bust, or seeing your siblings getting their ass bust, and then somebody coming in your house raping you every night. You didn't grow up like that.
You're right. But there are slaves that did fight and they died behind fighting.
Let's
acknowledge that too. Let's acknowledge that there were slaves that actually were not cowardly. They did not allow fear.
So the other slaves were cowards?
Merv, you know for a fact, and we all know in history, there were slaves that actually did fight and actually did risk their lives. And there were slaves that didn't.
Yes. That is fact, but I still can't agree that slavery was a choice. Because I still can't get with that fucking statement. I can't get with that statement.
I feel like the wording was wrong, 100%.
That's what he said. It's not for me to try to decipher what the fuck he meant. That's what he said.
But that's what people do. They decipher what people say all the time.
No, only people that I've.
Hold on, everybody don't take shit black and white. Everybody don't take shit black and white. They choose to take shit black and white, and some people are gray.
But
I'm a gray ass nigga, but he said it bluntly. There was nothing decided. He said slavery was a choice. And I'm a very gray ass nigga, but he clearly said slavery was a choice.
He knew that we as a people would have outnumbered the slaves. Now his wording was very incorrect, but did he ever come back? Did he ever come back and explain that? He apologized.
Well, he said when he is explaining it, he tried to add what Tina is adding now. So at the very time that he said it, he didn't add any context. But afterwards, he tried to come back and say, what I meant was they had the option to leave, but chose to stay. So that's where one part is coming from. But what I think the part that's being missed is now in 2022, people can say that wouldn't be me. They couldn't have done that to me. But at that time, I think what Mervin Stacks is trying to say, Tina, at that time, because of the mental that they had, leaving wasn't a choice. They wouldn't have saw that as a choice. They wouldn't have that.
His context, if his context was what I meant, people had a choice, that's so fucked up. That's a fucking lie. They did not. His context is bullshit. I'm sorry.
So where's the Black Panther Party right now? Those were the fearless motherfuckers that used to stand on blocks with guns saying fuck y'all. Now
that still wasn't doing slavery.
Hold on.
That still wasn't doing slavery.
It's a mentality thing as well, my nigga. We still enslaved mentally. That Willie Lynch.
Well, we can say that now in 2022, but back then during slavery, leaving and fighting was not an option for everybody.
A lot of people do say
we are still enslaved mentally today.
Yeah, a lot of people say that we are still enslaved in the mind and shit like that. And every woke person that say that shit got their different definition. So I just want to know what the fuck does that mean as far as being enslaved in the mind
today in 2022.
Again, I can still sit here today and say Merv and Stacks is not a part of that.
No, I still want to know though. I'm not.
The bandwagon, Stacks, I need you to step outside the box. Because when I'm telling you, I've been giving you and Merv y'all flowers for thinking differently, and I wish, honestly, if everybody thought the way y'all thought, we would be a better off race.
Oh, I know it'd be a lot of motherfuckers.
Becca, I'm lying.
That if people,
they definitely think much better than most people.
So when y'all are this way, y'all think
a lot of people don't think like that.
I need y'all to step outside the box and look at how everybody else is thinking and how they're moving. Look at what
what?
Like they a bunch of bandwagon ass motherfuckers. Y'all not. And I'm not saying that because y'all my bros and we on the pod. Y'all have showed that numerous times of what come out y'all mouth and how y'all think. But everybody don't move and think like y'all. It's a bunch of bandwagon. We bandwagon. I say we, not us personally, individually, but as a whole, are bandwagon motherfuckers.
And Tina, the reason I asked that question because when people make that statement as far as being enslaved in the mind, like it's something as simple as somebody having a 9 to 5 and being at a fucking corp. I hear people literally say niggas that got a 9 to 5 and like work like for a corporation. Yeah, niggas lost. They gotta run to the white man to get money and this, that, and the third. And I'm thinking it's almost as if you can't win as a black person because everybody thinks their way is the right black way. And that's why we'll never be together, because you're gonna always have the conflict, you're gonna always have the competition and shit like that. You're gonna always have people that think their way is the only way to bring everybody together.
And it's always some type of white person involved in our success. But when is it going to be a chain of just blacks? No whites.
I don't. That should out the window when they desegregated.
It's always one, at least one white, one Jew that's involved in black people's success.
Well, I mean, listen. I'll be honest. All right. I feel, and from running businesses and shit, there's a reason why people say, if you don't get money until you get that white money. There's a reason why people say that shit. I know a lot of black people don't like that shit, but majority of the successful black people that made it, they ain't start getting money until they got the white money.
Right.
Black people just don't fuck us up.
So you're right, Merv. So let's say, when is somebody who actually made it? Okay, yes, they got help from this and the third, but when they gonna actually get there to the top, they at the top and eliminate them, and just all be black?
I don't know. I have no idea when that happens.
Us to get what they want, right? They use us to do the manual labor, right? So when are we going to take that, get to where we needed to get with them using us, and now we use them and then eliminate them and make it all about us?
That won't happen until the overall mentality change.
Man, shoot.
So then all right. So Mark, Stacks, or Merv, what do y'all think as a black community we should do in regards to Kanye?
Man,
what you think, Mark?
I was like, yo, here's my thing, right? He said some fucked up shit. Everybody has, right? He said shit without context, and that probably, I think that's the more disappointing part to me. Even with the White Lives Matter shit, right? Like, some people just seen it. Yo, he's wearing a White Lives Matter shirt and he's with Candace Owens, right? But what he meant to do, you know what I'm saying? Because this came out later. You know, Candace Owens has this Black Lives Matter documentary, you know, either dropped or is about to drop, but I want to watch it when it do, right? Yeah. And it's really exposing, you know what I mean, those black women who took that $90 million. That's why, you know what I mean, for he was actually even hanging around her, because he got his hand in that. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't really talk about it in context. I'm just like, yo, when Black Lives Matter really started after the Michael Brown killing in Ferguson, right? It started with Darren Seals. It started with those guys who got murdered, mysteriously disappeared. So I'm just like, yo, Kanye, if you're going to take that type of stance, you know what I'm saying? Like, go and give it more context into why you're going this way. Like, yo, I'm going to wear this White Lives Matter shirt, you know, to give it, you know what I mean, for this type of context. I'm not including Mr. Seals and all these other people, you know what I mean, who really had a purpose in starting this shit. I'm going after these people who hijacked the movement. Because that's really, you know what I mean, for what he started to say after he got all the backlash for it. You know what I mean? My thing is with Kanye was disappointing is he does shit and then it's just like, oh man, well, you know, I should have explained it. Explain it first. You know what I mean? We'll get it if you explain it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do that. And then that's how he gets his ass in hot water all the time.
I agree with Mark. At the same time, we fucking Geminis. And that's some real shit. And I know people don't really do what a zodiac is. We confusing than a motherfucker. And everybody can say that shit about us today. We the most confusing motherfuckers ever. It's hard to understand us. We all over the damn place.
I want to say, for the record, my sister is a Gemini, and she's nowhere near as crazy as you are, Cardi. I just want to put that out there.
She probably ain't show you that shit, but I promise you, somebody else.
I hope she never does, because I'll stop fucking with her. Y'all know how I get down. I mean, y'all know how I get down. I will family gone.
We're weird as hell. It's hard to understand this. I've had people tell me, like, you all over the place. Like, I sat and I listened to Kanye talk. I'm a Gemini. That shit confused me. So I had to take this, and I had to take this, and I had to take this, and I had to come back to this, because that's how he was talking. It's like you gotta, it's a puzzle, and you gotta sit there and try to a Rubik's Cube, and you gotta try to put what he's saying together, because it sounds like he's rambling, and he is. But then when you put what he's saying, okay, this go with this, and this go with this. I'm not gonna sit there and go deep into religion, but the Bible ain't 1, 2, 3 ABC. What happened in the Old Testament might match with something in the New Testament, and you got to put it together. But I mean, it's not built for everybody to put it together, and it's not nobody's responsibility to put it together. It's up to you if you want to, because he is all over the place.
Absolutely.
I heard and I saw the confusion. I heard it, but then I chose to be like, okay, this go here, and this go here, and this go here. Now he went to here, but nigga, we talking about this. But then I brought it back. But I chose to do that. Nobody's obligated to do that, and I understand that.
So Stacks, what do you think we should do in regards to Kanye now? Now that he's as black people, what do you think should be done with Kanye?
I don't think it's a black community type thing, because this whole Kanye thing is a divisive type issue. I think people should regarding the Kanye situation, people should govern themselves in a way that fit them individually. Because you got people that literally are looking for people to agree with them. And y'all know, I mean, I could say some shit that I'm the only one that's agree with. I'm going to stick with that shit.
Yeah.
For fucking ever. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's.
But you're not sorry.
I don't think, not at all. I don't think it's the black community's responsibility to, like, hey, what are we going to do with fucking Kanye? I think individually, like I said, if like Tina is still going to support Kanye, that's fine. I'm not going to. That's fine as well. But after that, let's not say, well, Stacks is this because he's not supporting. Tina is this because she is supporting. So I don't think it's I don't even have the time to fucking keep up with fucking Kanye.
And I agree with Stacks. That's why
he all over the place. And I'll do all over the place.
Even though me and Stacks don't agree, I respect what the fuck this man is saying because he's standing in it and he's owning how he feels. That's it. I gotta respect that. Whether I like it or not, I gotta respect it.
And Tina, if I wasn't me, I would respect the fuck out of me too.
Oh gosh.
And I gotta respect that because that's
I'm just saying.
who Stacks is. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm on my Merv shit tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why wouldn't I respect me?
When who you are is who you are, is either you take me or you leave me. You feel what I'm saying? I can't deal with the flip-flop shit. That's what
yeah. And I be leaving motherfuckers like a motherfucker. But yeah, that's my take on it. Back to you, Beck.
All right, Merv. What you got?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I don't give a fuck enough to even care about what's the community gonna do with him or not. I just because what he's doing is not gonna fucking affect me. So it's like this. What community decide to do with him, cool. It's decide to put his arm around him, cool. Decide not to, cool. But I do agree with Tina. It was like, if we're going to address him and hold him accountable, let's hold him accountable within the Black community. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? I am a big believer in that we can hold each other accountable without shitting on each other in front of everybody else because they don't do that shit. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck what happens. No, what y'all do to him.
And real quick, real quick, I would say this, and this is something I literally got from Merv. Merv always screaming that a long time ago, as far as, and we see this, like, we are the only group of people that will embarrass. And Mark, I think you agree with it as well. We the only group of people that fuck over somebody in public around mixed company. I'm talking about mixed company, meaning people that are not that are not Black. So so I haven't made one. I don't think I've made. I want to make sure I'm not lying. I don't think I've made one Facebook post about Kanye. I've been fuck Kanye all day long in the chat. Y'all know this, but I think it's important as far as what Murph says. Whereas we don't air our dirty laundry outside of the house. We already got too many people looking inside that's doing that shit for us anyway.
Yeah.
You know? So
I agree. I definitely agree. And I think that's what everybody is doing right now. They want to be the first one to condemn Kanye or the first one to be for him. It's the Olympics. Who's going to be the first one to say the most profound thing about Kanye during this time? And you have people putting up their think pieces about everything that's happening. It's part of society. And we've seen not only from the Yeezus documentary, but we do know his story. So we've watched him come from a nobody to who he is now. So a lot of people Kanye may still have a little special place in their heart because they want so badly to remember the old Kanye, and he's gone.
I will say this, Becca. Kanye will never be the same. In my opinion, I don't think it'll ever be the same. Right. Because the only person to me that can really get Kanye all the way back is his mom.
Yeah,
he ain't been the same since his mom. That should change him in a ways that can't be. It's irreversible because you can't bring your mom. You can't bring his mom back, and he hasn't been the same since then.
And people have been saying it for so many years, but there is some truth to that.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really only had his real, like in most of his life, his one parent, and she died, right? But I'm like, Becca, yeah, I mean, for real, you had both your parents. Stacks, you had both your parents. I had both my parents. Merv, you had both your parents. Tina, you had both your parents, right? Yeah, I'm saying, and Tina, yeah, I mean, for real, man, you should bless the sky every day that both of them still here, because when you lose a parent, part of you do die.
That shit,
you know what I mean? And you won't get that part of you back either.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, man, like he only always talked about his mom. I mean, he had a father, but I don't know if the father was around that much. But when his mom died, I'm like, man, you know, he don't got the other parent to rely on. That's rough.
And you see
That's
what
real
Mark,
rough.
you see what Mark just said. A lot of people don't even remember that, and they do away with that. And it absolutely, I'm not making it as an excuse, but it plays a heavy part of how Kanye is acting. But a lot of people have also experienced the same thing he experienced, but because we're not on that platform, we're not being chastised about it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck all that. Kanye on this platform, he got the ability to do this, but he human too, and he hurting, and he lost somebody, and he blamed himself for the person that he lost. We don't know what his mind is every day thinking that shit, but I'm not saying using that as an excuse. It's not an excuse, because you could take certain shit, and you could take trauma in your life, and you could make it a crutch and use that as an excuse all your life, or you could become a better person.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We all have been through tragedies, and motherfuckers out here have used that tragedy as a crutch and as an excuse. And then you got people that have been in the same situation and have made a beautiful life for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a choice. You have a choice with that, Merv. Let me say that. You have a choice with that. You can sit there and keep using this bullshit as a crutch, or you could. But I feel like, not with, as far as Kanye goes, that shit mentally fucked him. So I can't say he got a choice. That shit made him lose some screws up here. He don't really got it all. But I do know that I've worked with people that are mentally disabled, and they are brilliant in certain things. There's like a trigger in their mind where they're focused on certain things, and they're brilliant. Like
it's people like the Rain Man for real. That movie, the Rain Man, the movie. Yeah, people like that for real in real life.
Yeah. I know somebody that if you give him a date back in fucking 40, 50 years ago, what day was you born, he'll tell you.
Stacks, Cornelius from high school.
I know. I had a client where
fucker beautiful mind.
When I say that client gave us hell, sexual harassment, all that other shit, hell. But when you put him in front of a computer, that nigga is brilliant. Know how to fix it, everything. Ain't go to school for it or nothing.
Did you say sexual harassment?
Yeah, because some people that are meant some they have a infatuation with certain things, and it could be sex. That could be. I know it sounds crazy.
Are we talking about Merv here? No, I'm just
right. Definitely Merv. But on that note, anybody want to give their final thoughts before we gracefully bow out?
Sure.
What you got, Mark?
You know, let me
go because I got to pee.
Okay, let Tina go first so she can go pee.
I agree with everybody's angle, where everybody came from, because I'm very open-minded, very, very, very open-minded, or whatever. Some people are just focused on one thing, but I'm very open-minded, and everybody damn sure proved their point tonight and stood in it, and I appreciate that, because that's all I want. My whole focus is accountability, like Merv said, and like Stack Shirt say today, accountability, but let's do it amongst ourselves. Let's not give everybody else the ammunition to come against us, because we already at the bottom when we're really kings and queens, and we were really placed to be number one. That's all I got to say.
Mark, I'll go next. I'll go next since I'm not a regular, man. I'm kind of like crashing the party. Mark, do you mind? Thank you, sir. I respect everybody's stance. I mean, we're all. I mean, at the end of the day, we can all agree to disagree on the Kanye situation. While I don't fuck with Kanye like that anymore, I do wish him well. I wish him the best. and that's all we can. That's all. I think that's all we can do. I mean, if you want to put your arms around him and still support him, that's fine too. But I'm looking at I do look at the fact that he did lose his mom and all that good stuff. Managed to become a millionaire after that. So I don't know. Hopefully everything works out for him. I think that's about all I got.
Mark?
All right. First things first. Just two notes. I just want people to know. Kanye, because I talked to one of my lawyer friends, right? And they were just like, yo, I was like, how's Adidas still able to sell, for real, the shoes or whatever, right? But Yeezy had his imprint on it. And he was just like, well, he might not own all his intellectual property. He might own the Yeezy name, but the designs and all of that might have been owned by Adidas. So they can still put it out. You know what I'm saying? They can't put it out with the Yeezy name and the logo, but they can still put out the shoe, whatever shoe that was. So that's number one. Number two, fuck Adidas. You know what I mean? I'm just, I was like, that could have, it just seemed like they did them dirty, right? And I'm strictly talking about Adidas. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he made y'all hot. Like Nike was so far ahead of y'all, it was crazy. And he actually got y'all in the fucking race. You know what I mean? So you just don't do that. Ye, I would say this to him. Yo, the heat that you brought on yourself, okay, that's what you want to do. But you don't penalize, you don't have them kids get penalized like that basketball tournament that they were ineligible for because of your bullshit. You don't do that. You know what I mean? The kids could not play in this major tournament. You know what I'm saying? Because all the sponsors were like, nah, we're done with Donda Sports Academy, right? Now, long term, I do not feel bad for these kids. All 12 of these kids or 15 of these kids on this basketball team will play professional basketball at some point. They're all that good. The guys who graduated from Donda last year, I think it's about 7 of them at high level colleges, all predicted to be one and done players, right? So I don't feel bad on that part, but I'm like, man, if you ever been a coach and you show up at a tournament and somebody's trying to tell you your kids can't play, you know what I mean? The kids gonna feel that. I don't give a fuck if they all the number one pick, you know what I mean, for the very next year. They gonna feel that today. So you do not, like the shit that you started, sometimes you got to think about like, you know what, before I say this shit or do this shit, who else is it going to affect? Is it going to affect the people I employ? Is it going to affect the kids at my school? Is it going to affect, my kids in real life? Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't just do what the fuck you want to do, you know what I'm saying, and not think about nobody else. Think about the other people before you shoot off your mouth. And you have a powerful platform. Think about the other people, who are under you. You know what I'm saying? I would say that, and I would say, like, look, I think Kanye just needs to do things in context. Before you say something, let me put the context out of how I'm going to communicate this and not just blurt it the fuck out there. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense, man. You know what I mean? Like, yo, just put it in context first. You know what I mean? And understand the whole picture and not just part of it, right? And it don't mean you got to know everything. Just be like, yo, you know what? But I know this person knows this, or I know this person knows that. Talk to them before you do the interviews. Talk to, talk to your people, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, sometimes I say dumb shit and then got to walk it back. You know what I mean? But sometimes I'm going to go to the people who know. So then it's like, all right, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I would like to see Kanye do that a little bit more than what he's been doing lately.
Can I piggyback real quick off what Mark just said? Mark is 100% right. But it's not even really a but. It's not just Kanye's fault when it comes to those kids. I don't play when it comes to kids. Kanye didn't think about those kids when he said what he said, and the people that dropped them did not think about those kids. They didn't give a fuck. Kanye wasn't thinking about what he said, and the motherfuckers that dropped them kids, because I would have at least gave them another route. Like, okay, we dropping them from here, but this is for the kids, so let's something. Like, y'all straight did that to them kids, and they was innocent bystanders out of that whole shit. And that's as far as when it comes to the kids. I feel like as far as Drink Champs, Nori said that he never rewatches his own fucking pod. How you have a show and rewatch your own shit? But and then you don't do edits and this, then a third, blah 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 blah. And now you over here saying sorry, this and a third. Nigga, you wanted an interview because you wanted views. Let's be clear. You wanted views. You know Kanye mouth reckless. You know he gonna say what the fuck he want to say. So I bet you now you'll start watching your shit. I bet you now you'll start doing edits, this and a third. But don't sit there and try to cry wolf when you know what you was gonna get. That's it.
What you got, Merv? Where you want to go last?
Not a motherfucking thing. There's no need to go after that. I mean, everything was motherfucking. Yeah, I ain't got nothing after that. That's good shit.
For real, you ain't gonna say shit now. I'm just fucking with you.
Well, we want to thank everybody that's been watching. We want to first thank Sean. I'm surprised Sean ain't come on here. Shout out to our guests tonight, Tina and Stacks. Thank you for joining us on this Kanye conversation, the miseducation of Ye. It seems like. I also don't have any final words. I think we've said enough. I hope he gets help. I hope that he gets some real serious help, and I think he needs to step back from society altogether and get himself right. I hope that this doesn't lead him into a suicidal type of situation. I hope this doesn't end bad for him mentally or physically. We'll never get the old Kanye back. He's gone. So we just have to deal with the Kanye we got now the best way that we can for those who want to still support him and for those who don't support him anymore. There's more than enough evidence for them to take that stance as well. So shout out to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Blackjack TV. We want to shout out Strim.com. You guys, we do have our own channel, Strim.com, channel 6. Make sure you guys log on there to watch us. There's also Spotify, Apple Podcasts. There's so many places to listen to us. We want to thank you all for watching us on this Wild Out Wednesday for our almost 3-hour pod. We don't normally do this for that long, but it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. So thank you so much. It don't feel like it. Right.
Yeah,
it don't feel like it. But
back in the day when our pods was 3 hours.
Right. I know. We had to toss it back on this Wednesday. But again, thank everybody for joining us.
I love your chair, bitch.
Oh, thank you. I'm in my office. So we will be back on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for all your pod needs. Make sure you come back to us, and we'll be definitely here to entertain you guys. On that note, peace out, y'all. Bye.